Okay, we're almost
We're
there.
live.
Oh, we're live? Oh, all right.
Let's see how
I'm
many
saying
kilobits.
I'm saying we're almost there, and she says we're live.
No, we're there.
I think we're a few seconds early. Yeah, where's the kilobits thing? Doesn't even show up now.
No,
It's like something happened down there.
being blocked.
We had to
There it is.
okay. Oh yeah.
7,000.
Something happened. We had to reboot the computer, and there's just some big scramble.
Oh, it's always fun.
Yeah, always something happens. So
Yeah.
I guess people are coming in at 7, so we're on time.
All right. Buddy Carfano, Mexican Spec, and Colby Queso. Olive is also here. Wow.
And Paul
Paul?
Bajewett.
Wow. All you guys are getting 4 points for being here at the start of the stream, roaring in here at 7. So, I am Kim of Kim Fixes Things. I'm here on the Buff Del Campo channel with your host, Buff Del Campo.
I'm here too.
And we are here to entertain you, to interact with you. This is our night to enjoy some community. We're moving. Okay, to enjoy some community time in the studio where we're not so distracted by wrenches and cars and greasy hands and all the things.
Okay. I was trying to turn, so I got it cranked up all the way, and it's not quite as high as it used to be. Is there another place to turn volume up? Because Mexican Spec even says it's low. And I was, while you were doing what you were doing, I was cranking the volume up until it was all the way, and I could see something wasn't right.
Funny, you should ask. Let's see.
Oh, she has more controls than I have. So we're gonna try to do something about that.
Speakers. I better go. All right, you talk for a minute.
Okay. See what happened was, and I'll talk a little louder right now. Is we took this computer up to the shop, the one that I use, and we did a lot of stuff, and had to come back and reset up. And then in the meantime, we'd had a lightning storm, so then the power went off. You know what happened. Then we got to reboot, and things they're not all set up right. So the reason we took this computer up to the shop is because I have a OBD2 thing that plugs in a program in this computer, and I wanted to have it. I wanted to use it to troubleshoot a problem on a newer car. So, yeah. Anyway, so now we're dealing with the aftermath of that.
I see a problem.
You see a problem, and there's Kevin Smith. Hello. We are for anybody just coming in. We are trying to rectify the low volume problem.
It appears to be.
Oh, right now it's up high. Now it just shot up. So Mexican Spec, does it sound any better?
Oh, it definitely will have changed. I found an anomaly in the space-time continuum, and that should make some changes. Kevin Smith is out rolling with the pup.
Rolling with the pup.
Hey, anybody who did not get points in that first round of 4-pointer awarders, if you're here now...
Pointer awarders.
Yeah, if you're here now...
They're awardees.
Second round of people, you get 2 points. If you didn't already get the 4 points that I awarded. And the point system is simple. When you do something good that he likes, like he's sitting there trying to think of a name and you can type it faster than his brain can jar it up, then we're going to award you points because that's good. It's showing up on time, obviously. We give some points for showing up on time. Also, if you get an advertisement, we don't like to have to run advertising, but it pays for all these kilobits. Who's going to pay for all the kilobits? So tell us who the advertiser is. Take note of the brand name. If you're willing to type it in there, you get awarded 2 points for telling us who's advertising on our stream and supporting all of this good stuff that gets to happen. And look, I don't got a database. I ain't got a spreadsheet. I don't keep track of points like that. It's on your honor. I award the points, you keep track. I don't know, write it on your hand, a little piece of paper, make a spreadsheet. I don't know.
Paul, what Julie's asking, You keep track of your own points.
Uh-huh.
But if you're cheating, we can tell because there's people in here all of a sudden they have 20.
We know.
They have 20. She's given like 3 points and 5 points, and all of a sudden somebody has 20,000 points. They made a mistake somewhere.
And I'm still looking for somebody to tell me a good place to get stickers, and we don't have any good designs. I used to be really good at art and graphic design, and I was trying to make a Buff Del Campo sort of, and it was awful. I wouldn't want that sticker on my car. So until I figure out something that somebody would actually want, we go without. Buy your AHRA merchandise, or support a streamer that you like, because he's broke, and somebody who's really giving it their all and giving it a try. For now, we ain't got none of that stuff. But maybe someday, as soon as I can, and then you guys can. My math sucks. It's addition, Paul. Come on. Just do the check mark things. Every time you get a hash, it's 5. You could do it like we do on our prison walls.
Kevin Smith says, operating my power chair with one hand and typing with the other. Man. Oh, we already got ads. I missed that, but it came in.
Man, they're on.
I usually kill the ads because they come in too soon.
Oh, YouTube cannot wait to run some advertisements.
That's
Not
right.
everybody gets advertisements. If you are here and you are a YouTube subscriber, so you don't get advertisements, I'm awarding you 2 points right now, because otherwise you don't get nearly as many opportunities. And yeah, today we're going to talk about trucks a bit. Trucks?
Yeah, trucks.
Is that the topic?
Trucks.
We usually have a topic. It's not critical that we're on topic, as if we could be all the time if we demand. Like we're squirrel. Like, oh, look, a pretty car. Something shiny, But we're going to try and roll it around back to trucks. And we're asking you for your submissions. So you can send emails. Oh, got a Venmo ad. That's 2 points.
6 minutes after we start, we already got ads.
Jeez, right away. Yeah, so you can send to buffdelcampo@gmail.com if you have some pictures that you think are interesting for discussion about trucks, but especially if you have, hold on a second, I can't think and type at the same time. Okay, now you got a link.
Oh, it says I got an ad for suburban golf carts that are apparently supposed to be for family neighborhood outings. Oh, there are neighborhoods like in Arizona where they have the whole neighborhood. People drive golf carts around. They have big parking spots at the grocery store, and it's just a whole community that they have golf carts they run around in. Yeah. And it's legal. It's legal on the street in Arizona.
If you live on a golf course or one of those gated communities, you can drive all you want because they're private roads.
That's kind of a truck, isn't it?
No.
No? Okay.
The Kai Mini trucks are trucks, and sometimes people drive those like golf carts. So that link there, if you have a special truck that you want to send a picture of, if you have a picture of your own truck, or if you just have a picture of the project that you're working on, something artistic that you made, anything you want to send a picture, honestly, if you're here, we'll talk about it a little bit. And yeah, on with the show.
Okay, so there's a couple things here I want to mention.
8 minutes. I did all the intro stuff. Fantastic.
It's a couple of things I want to mention. First of all, there's I put a small truck on the thumbnail, and I wonder if anybody knows what it is. I snagged that out of Mexican Specs Instagram. I scrolled down until I found a truck. I went, oh, I like those, and I put it up. And so, does anybody know what that was? But I guess it's hard to go back and look now. And then, what was the other thing that I was just... Oh, something new. I guess YouTube's put up these top fans things, and you see number 1 and number 2 and number 3 up there. That's the number of chats, I guess, that you do, and it keeps it current. And you can reach up above and click on top fans and see, I don't know, I guess it's something
Let us
new.
know if you like
something new.
I think we can turn it off.
I don't know if we can turn it off or not, but
I think we can.
But I know
if you don't like it, we can turn it off.
I'm just
Mexican
noticing.
spec is number one. There you go. I think it sort of like encourages engagement. Like if you're engaging, you're gonna pop up to being number one. So I guess it's good. I don't know. If
Oh,
it gets annoying or we think it it rewards the wrong people or I don't know. I don't,
I'm downloading pictures, so you're gonna have to talk.
it seems to it creates like a competition that I don't know that I don't want people to type just for the sake of being number one. Like I think you can just type a bunch of dumb comments. It doesn't matter what you say, you can pop up at number one.
Yeah, we could fight for number one. That's now, yeah.
I don't know that that'll be good. If that starts happening, we'll have to turn it
Well,
off.
I was in one, and came in late, and it was uh, somebody's live, and I typed something, and I typed something else, and all of a sudden I'm number one. I think, man, I'm like some kind of bucket mouth. I gotta shut up, you know. So I don't know. Don't be scared of competition.
Olive said she already sent a picture of the S10, but maybe that was to John Wilburn. John Wilburn, I suspect. I
Oh,
don't
she
know.
did.
You saw it?
I only saw it. It was ages ago, and I
Okay.
used it as a thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
But you can send it again. Okay, so Mexican Spec is sending these. This
Kevin
is
says
a
Mexican spec is too fast for me, so he's number one. Okay.
okay. So this is a small truck. Mexican Spec sent in.
Is that a genuine Volkswagen, or did somebody just put that thing on a
It sure looks like
plywood-made
somebody
truck?
built it with sheet metal in their shop, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
no, I think it's a
Is
real
it
thing.
diesel? It looks like it has a stack. Well, it's mid-engine truck, so
Yeah, and it's got like a Volkswagen engine that normally goes in the back, an air-cooled Volkswagen engine. It's up
Does it?
front.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
neat.
really weird.
We should make something like this. This would be a good truck. This would be a good build.
I could make that out of sheet metal.
We could make something better than that, probably. Although it's pretty
See, look at that.
inside.
Look at that. It kind of looks like a Volkswagen bus up front, but it's all squared off pieces.
Yeah.
It's really odd. Yeah, we didn't get those here. And I think in Mexico they were only around for a couple of years, but I'm not sure.
It's in really nice condition.
Oh, the thing is beautiful.
Somebody either kept it good or restored it completely.
Oh, and Luis is here apologizing for being late. No,
You're fine.
we're just
All
kinda-
you missed was
we're-
all the formalities at the beginning.
So yeah, we're all here. It's good. Let's see.
You're pushing the table.
I know the table moved. Oh, let's see here. Mexican Spec. 3,600 of these were made. Front wheel drive with Type 1 Beetle engine. Yep. Okay. Mexican Spec.
Oh, my coffee.
77 to 79. What happened? You missed
Can
your
you
coffee?
handle this for a minute while I grab my coffee?
No, you didn't
It
bring your
might still be
coffee.
hot.
You didn't bring your coffee.
I
It's
think
like-
I think I churned it a half an hour ago. So
Okay, churned it.
I don't
No time clock
whatever
here.
I did to it.
So anyway, those are some small trucks from Mexico. Okay, and then what is that thing called? That one that's on my thumbnail? Does anybody know? Oh, Mexican Spec says this is a 78 model. Oh, this is the same year as my Zed sled. How come this looks so good? My Zed sled. My Zed sled. Everybody says it looks good, but you're getting a 20-foot view of it. You get up close, it's a little rough.
I gotta put the chicken away, but I want to show.
Oh,
Look, I cooked. I cooked chicken.
Oh, that chicken was so good. She put some kind of stuff
Kung
in it.
Pao chicken.
I don't know what she put in it, but it was good. Okay, let's see here. David Stafford's here. Hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, David. You know that's why I said that about the instrument panel. Remind me of those old buses because I remember seeing it wasn't that squared off, but it was kind of a round thing like that. It had a single round speedometer in it. I remember those things really well. And you guys had one, and your dad took and built one of the first ones that somebody took a van and built like a little camper in the back. And that was your family car, and you guys took it everywhere. I remember that. It was a 58. That's right. You know, David, I saw one of those go on Barrett Jackson for over $100,000. I am amazed that those things are worth that much money now. I just can't believe it. I mean, it was a beautiful one, but still. Yeah, no fuel gauge. Yeah, I remember that. You had a reserve, and when you ran out of gas, then oh, you're not seeing David, huh? Hey, Kevin, up at the top, there's a thing that says top chat and live chat. Switch to live chat. Sometimes YouTube on top chat, they take people out. They do stuff that's weird. If it's live chat, you get everything.
They
So
filter people. Huh?
yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, you turn on the reserve anyway, and then you can go a little further. You better go to the gas station and hurry, I
Oh, I
guess.
remember that. No gas gauge, huh?
Yeah, no gas gauge.
Well, maybe if we talk to David,
Oh, let's see if.
maybe if we talk to him,
Oh, what'd you do? What is?
David is a real person.
Oh,
We gotta tell AI to make you fixed it. That's it.
well, we could see him.
AI knows you're real now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, I was watching a video and I've heard this is coming and who was it? Tim Birdsong of Junker Up had made a video about how YouTube demonetized all the AI videos today. AI channels and AI videos
Well,
supposedly was coming today.
the ones that are like AI slop, where it's just what the problem is. People are taking AI, they're taking somebody else's video, and just putting their picture in the middle of their thumbnail, and then having an AI voice read the text.
Read the closed captions.
And then it shows somebody else's video. Well, that's a problem, you know.
And it's auto-generated and they're doing
Oh, and there's
100 a day.
crazy stuff. So,
anyways,
yeah,
it really hurts regular
Oh,
creators.
Tony talked about that on Sunday. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because everybody's talking about it. Now, will we see real results? Like, will it actually change what comes up on your home feed? I hope so. I mean, some days it's really hard to get anything but this AI generated garbage. But it
AI
hurts
slop.
real creators because AI doesn't make anything new. It just regurgitates stuff that's there. Scalpers, yeah.
I'm just moving your mouse because it was covering something. Next thing, Spade. It's my understanding YouTube doesn't pay out on videos that don't have original content.
It says that, but
yeah, but how do they know that when now they know? Now they're going after
fast.
Okay, I want to put up a different, more something else. So I'm going to start. Buddy Carfano sent in quite a few, so I'm going to start with at least with one of his.
Nor should they. So I mean, there's people who are worried
but
that
you're going to have to help with that.
It might hurt their channel, and there's gonna be some growing pains because there are some people that do like commentary channels. Like they watch a video and they like we're looking at a picture and they talk about it, right? And maybe we'll get flagged and they'll say this isn't original content. You didn't even take that photo, and we didn't. So there could be some growing pains. We might have to change the way we do things. And other people will too, but I think in general, the idea that just regurgitating things with slideshows and using other people's scripts and just AI slop shouldn't, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt YouTube in the long run if they don't do something about it.
There's a guy, Briggs. I don't know if you ever watch A World According to Briggs. And he's got, I don't know how many.
He's got some really good insights.
Well, I mean, he has over 1 million subscribers, and then he says people just copy his stuff, put an AI voice on top of it, put a little picture of them like in one corner.
Their face over his thumbnail
and you use his thumbnail, and man, they're rolling with it. And you know, you got a guy that's been in YouTube for 6 or 7 years or whatever, has built up a channel like that, and he has some pretty good content, and then they just rip it off. I mean, that's
scalpers from India. Yeah, well, there are whole groups of people, just like there's call centers, the scam call centers in India. There's whole groups of people that just grab new content off of YouTube, and I discovered this a number of years ago on a channel that I was running, and I would make content, and then 2 days later, there would be a rehash of my content. And at the beginning, there'd just be somebody who would say my name and show my, and then they would disappear, and it would just be my video, but it would be cut up differently, or there would be like a border around it, or it would stretch a little bit so it wasn't exactly the same video.
It wasn't the same file.
And
Does anybody know what this is? Is that real? Is that a show? Is there a Shelby pickup, or is that something somebody did? I don't know. I don't know what that is.
AI slop. Tim says, Buff and Kim are AI, always incredible. Don't start telling people we're AI or we'll get demonetized.
Hit the button once. Yeah, you hit it twice. You don't get two. You get nothing. Also, I saw a weird RV from this episode. RV having fun yet.
RV having fun yet?
Buddy Carphone says, that's real. Wow, I haven't seen any of those. Probably a fast truck.
Look how high the bed sides are.
I don't like the bedsides that high. I mean, it looks okay, but man, try to use that for a truck? How are you going to put anything in the truck? No. So I'm really looking forward to some small
trucks. Not very utilitarian.
Some small trucks again, like the one that's in the thumbnail that I've asked several times now. What is that truck called? Nobody's answered yet. And I'm thinking I'm about to ask Mexican Spec. He can just answer it because nobody's getting any points for that. Nope. Turbo Tom says 2026 Ram trucks are back to racing.
That's cool, Tom. You know why? Because they're talking about rolling back cafe standards. I don't know how much truth there is. I mean, it's gonna be a year or two before they really try and introduce new stuff. And I don't know. I grew up in Pennsylvania, and we had to get our cars smogged every year, and they were kind of strict about it. You had to have all the original pollution control systems on your car and working, and pass the tailpipe test. And sometimes you get, especially with an old worn out car, there were times you had cars that just wouldn't do it. And then you had to get a waiver. In order to get a waiver, you had to prove that you had invested a certain amount of money into the car's emission control system. So install a new catalytic converter, put new spark plugs, new wires, new cap and rotor, or new coil packs. And $500, I'm talking, that was almost 20 years ago that they were saying $500. So I don't know what the amount now is for the waiver, but geez, it was still only good for 1 year. Another year rolled around, you had to do it again.
A couple of things here I want to comment on.
Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I did put up another Mexican Spec truck. He sent this in. That's pretty cool. You get that in Mexico, a little Volkswagen like that. See that? You can put stuff over the side because you can reach it. I really like trucks that size. Just like the old Datsun trucks and Toyotas. And remember the Chevy Love truck? That was one of my favorites. Man, those things drove so nice.
I never liked that style of mini window on the side that goes all the way up to the roof like that.
Oh.
Like, I understand why they did it.
It would look cool, I guess.
But I don't really like that style.
So, okay, so anyway, that's up there. Mexican Spec says that thumbnail is just called a Chevy pickup. That's its name. It's based on the Corsa. Turbo Tom says EVs are done. You know, it's really sad that happened. Because if EVs had been allowed to evolve on their own without a lot of intervention from, a lot of pressure put on us to buy them and companies to make them and all that, they probably would have progressively gotten better, and they may have had some value. But what happened was it got forced upon us, and now there's a bunch of them out there nobody wants, and the whole thing's turned into a mess. And it's all that wasted effort and everything. It's really sad that happened.
I think that a lot of, as time goes on, just like when they forced all the emission stuff originally and all the computer controls and stuff like that, it was really awkward growing pains. But then there was some really good stuff that came out of it. Like a good electronic ignition, multi-port electronic ignition system can be really great on a daily driver.
That is so slick. What year is that? Mexican Spec, you might have written on here what it is. Oh, 99. It's a 99 Volkswagen. Man, Why didn't we get those? I might have bought a Volkswagen. I've never had a Volkswagen. And David Stafford says Subaru Brat. Yeah, there's another one that's pretty cool. Although it's a little weird sitting in the back holding onto those handles. Ozita ad Dean Stevenson got, or Azito, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Dented Dreams Garage is here. Said, I heard Chevy love. Yes, a very well-loved love.
Does nothing special. Welcome.
Dented Dreams, did you send any pictures of Chevy loves? Because we'll get around to them.
We'll get around. Yeah, I'm got a lot in the email right now, but I'll get to them. Kevin Smith, my brother and I custom painted an old VW pickup back in the early 80s. It was cool as heck. Oh, that's like a Rabbit type or like a Volkswagen bus type pickup?
Ooh.
Probably a Rabbit type, but I'm not sure.
Rabbit type.
This is scrolling by pretty quickly. I can't keep up with it. Let's see. Mexican Spec says, I'm going to miss some chats. I'm sorry. Mexican Spec says in 2000 they updated the headlights much bigger. I think that thing looks slick the way it is. Man, I like that.
All of it. I don't think the forcing was imaginary. They were forcing this race to zero emissions. And the only way to get to a vehicle that doesn't put out any emissions is make the pollution somewhere else and then run it on electricity. So they were trying to completely get rid of any vehicles that had any emissions, and electricity is really the only way to get to there. But
yeah, move the emissions over there somewhere.
Yeah, that's the thing.
In somebody else's neighborhood.
Is it not entirely practical, especially when
No, I don't want to get a whole discussion about that. I'm just saying it was forced upon us by government and by, well, look, I mean, the government was paying for, what, a quarter of your car for you to try to make this happen. And, if it had happened more in a natural way where they were developed cars, and people liked them and they bought them. Yeah, look what happened with like Toyota with the hybrids. They've been really around. Well. They've been around what 25 years now. They've done really well.
And the range was fantastic, and they got good gas mileage, and they weren't absurdly expensive.
David Stafford says, Dad almost bought an Isetta once. Man, I remember those things. When I was a little kid, walking around right in that same neighborhood, there was somebody a couple blocks away between where we lived, because David Stafford lived right behind us. Where we lived and where the elementary school was, there was somebody with an Isetta, and I used to walk by that thing every day. I thought it was really, really cool.
Rob's Rod and Street Cars is here. Welcome to the stream. Does Nothing Special is here. Welcome to the stream. Sorry if I've missed anybody who came in. Sometimes I forget.
Okay, let's see here. Tire Inspector Bruce says, I wish I had a picture of the 65 Ford F100 I donated to Petaluma High School auto shop class. Hey, that's pretty cool that you did that. Okay, I can put another. I can scroll to the next picture.
I was just cleaning up some.
Oh yeah, that's gotta. Yeah. I gotta zoom that out a little bit.
Well, that's on the huge.
Yeah, see, and that's that window that you're talking about. I think it looks good, but you didn't especially like it. But I think it looked good, and it looks good with those wheels on it. I'm sure those aren't Volkswagen.
I like the car overall, but
I
think that there's some design elements that I would have done differently, but. I'm not an automotive designer. Until I get off my butt and start actually building custom cars, I guess I can't say too much, huh?
That's really washed out, but you can get an idea what it looks like. I'm going to go to the last one because I just want it to look better. All right, Olive, enough.
What?
She's going to go on and on and on about this.
Oh.
It's just my opinion is that there were incentives that were way, way, way beyond normal incentives. And they were trying to drive it. And had that not happened, I think it would have happened a lot more in a natural way. And the EVs would still be growing, not lots full of things that nobody wants, and that's what we got now. We got new EVs where they counted on government money to pay people to buy these things, which is now gone. And so now they're going to cost what they're going to cost. If it had happened in a more natural, competitive way, I think it would have worked a whole lot better in the long run. So now there's a ton of dead EVs out there they're not really dead. They're just not they're not being sold. Look what happened to the Cybertruck. Cybertruck was, what is it, over $100,000 truck, and I mean, you can't get anything for them now because there's too many of them and no incentives to buy them. Oh, here's I got a lot of emails here. Trying to download some.
Paul Pajui says the price of a decent used truck is crazy these days. Yeah, I should have looked up some stuff like $40,000 for a nearly new used truck is like reasonable now.
I want to put up something that's completely irrelevant.
Okay. But
Gary Stafford sent this in. He likes cars and stuff, but he's really into airplanes and he's into robotics, and so he's a mechanical, electronic kind of guy. So in his garage, he built a simulator that's like an A320 Airbus, and he keeps making it better and better. They have these simulators that are computerized. Well, he built the front of an Airbus in his garage. He sent this picture, and that is part of the simulator in his Airbus in his garage, and that looks as real as it gets. I just think that's cool, but I wanted to show it because he sent it in. Okay, let's see here. What's next? Who sent this in? Let me find it. I'm lost. Crashes Road in our garage sent this. This is his daily driver.
That is excellent. I love it.
I like it. Send in a daily driver.
I have been just fighting myself from buying a 4-wheel drive version of that exact truck because I already have 2-wheel drive trucks and I don't need a 4-wheel drive truck. But I really like that version of the truck. I had a couple of these in the past, and the ones I have now are second-gen trucks, which I kind of like too. But that's a real truck. That's a real truck for the ages. 318, 727 transmission. It won't get anywhere fast, but it'll haul anything there with it if you want to. Fill the bed up and hitch a boat on it and lock up the brakes, and it'll still drag you through. Well, it won't go through mud with 2-wheel drive. And it's from Minnesota, so there's no excess steel hanging on underneath. It's all rusted, falling off.
Man, I used to live this far from Minnesota in South Dakota. I remember it well. It's the first time I saw rust on cars. So Luis asked if it's a 78 Chevy. It's a Dodge Ram, and you can see it right there. I'm not sure which year it was. I think he might have put that on there, but I don't know. Yeah, there it is. Got a couple bites out of fender wells. Yep. Oh, and look where he's cut it out in the back, right there on the rear wheel well. Looks like he's cut it out like he's going to replace it.
Oh yeah. So top of that reel, you can buy a replacement panel and glue it right on there. It's super easy to repair that. That's just decorative anyways. It's not like it covers the wheel or anything. It doesn't even hold the mud flap on.
What is that?
The thing I would have problems with when they'd start to get rusty is the spring hangers will bust off. And the, they get pretty rusty up in the salt belt.
Okay, I want to tell a story. It's a little gruesome, but it's about rust. It's a very, very pertinent thing here. friend of mine up in Maryland was working on a Ford Falcon, like a 60s Falcon, and it was somebody was hot rodding, and it had leaf springs in the back, and there was a 9-inch Ford rear end under it, and he slid under there, and he jacked the car up by the body, not by the underneath the axle. So the axle's hanging down on the springs, so the springs are arced like this, and he slides under it with a on a creeper, and where the shackle is that holds the spring in the back, that part of the frame broke while he had it up in the air because it never had that kind of load on it before with it hanging down, and that spring came down and smacked him in the face.
Broke his
And
jaw?
broke right
I
here
saw
behind his eye, is that part of his skull right there, broke that, and he had to go in for surgery. He was out for days and then was in terrible shape. So the point is, if you're ever under a rusty car like that, make sure you have it supported well. Make sure you're not underneath something that can break loose. Really think about that, because I wouldn't have thought about that till it happened to him. It's just something you don't think about, that a spring comes flying loose and smack you in the face. That's just a terrible mistake. Kevin Smith says, I hate rust almost as much as cancer. Kim's under my car. We're doing an oil change, and she's under there looking around, and she finds a place where there's a cable or something.
Don't give it away. No one's seen that video yet.
Okay, nobody's seen that video yet. But anyway.
Next video.
My rust-free car.
Just needs a tiny, tiny little bit.
His eye
Crash.
orbit, Buff. His eye orbit.
Yeah, that's the thing that got broken in his face.
Okay, yeah.
Crash Road Runners says it's an 86 D100 with the Super 6. Oh, that's like the last year for the Super 6. The next year they came out with the new, what was it, a 3.9 V6. Actually, was it 86 or 87? I'm surprised. That's really late for a Slant 6. But that'd be the cast crank lightened 6 engine. That's a good engine. A little bit weak on horsepower there, though, Crash. 318 would get you there a little bit. Is it a 727 or is it a 904 transmission? I know a lot of those trucks, they came with a 6-cylinder and a 727 transmission.
You're kidding.
It takes a lot of horsepower to spin that 727 transmission.
I didn't know you could get a 727 for a 6-cylinder.
Yeah, it's got a 6-cylinder. It's got a, because the bell housing is cast as the transmission. So it's got a 6-cylinder bell housing on the transmission. And yeah, I've seen them both ways. But they did put them in the trucks. And they put a lockup torque converter and a low first gear. It was like, or maybe it wasn't. Oh, okay, I'm talking outside of my neck now. I don't know.
What is this thing? I have to restart YouTube with every commercial. Screen goes black. What?
Oh, who's having that problem?
Kevin Smith.
Kevin, were you having that before? I think you're the only person who's having that.
Oh, and retired Inspector Bruce. Now I see. He says ad for well knee brace.
Okay, well, you get 2 points. Even if I don't see you calling out the ad, if I don't recognize
okay,
that,
and Kevin Smith, yeah, reboot your phone. Maybe reboot sometimes helps. This is a Mexican spec Chevrolet pickup.
Darn it.
What year is this? A 21 Cheyenne. So we don't see the newer stuff from Mexican spec because he's selling cars that are, 2000 and older, 99 and older, because they have to be 25 years old to get imported into the U.S. So those are all the ones we see, and that's kind of the cars we like anyway. But here's a 2021 Chevy pickup from Mexico.
Crash Roadrunner Garage says it's a 904. Actually, it's a 999. It's got a It's got a lower first gear.
So it looks like a 904, but it's a 999.
It's the same housing and the same internals, except for the low first gear. It's a lockup torque converter transmission. And for racing, some people favor it, but the gap between the 1 and 2 is not necessarily good. It depends on your setup. But that's a good truck. Very serviceable. Lasts forever. Easy to work on. You can climb up in the engine bay and sit while you're wrenching on the on the engine. You know, there's room to put some headers in there, or I don't know, some turbo in there if you want to turbo your slant six. Or a little bit weak on power though. I had 2 slant six powered trucks. That's a big truck for a slant six.
You read what Luis has done, and maybe I'm still. I've got a lot of email here, so I'm trying to.
I
get
told
them
this
all
story
in.
once before. I had my yellow D100. I think it was an 85, and it had a slant six in it. And I believe it was an older slant six that had been stuffed in that truck. And the radiator had been patched once before, and it popped. And it was a hot day. It was 90 degrees, summertime, 90% humidity, sweltering day. And I'm coming up a long grade, and it blew out the radiator. And I could see because the temperature gauge went from hot to cold. That means there's no, and then it goes all the way up to the top, and the truck went boop, 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 boop. It started losing power, and I was getting near to the top of the hill, and I thought I could get up to the top of the hill. There's no good place to pull over. The hills are always going like you're crawling around the side of a big mountain,
Oops.
So there's no place to pull off going up the hill. And so I literally drove it until it got so hot that it seized up and stopped. I put it in park, and I got out. I knew it was overheated. I don't know why I drove it like that. That's like the kind of thing that a dumb person does, is just drive an overheating vehicle till it stops. But I did. And that old slant six, I opened up the hood, and you could see it, like you could see the heat, like waves coming out, like woo, 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 when something's really hot. And I was like, ooh. So I stood away from it, and I walked down into the valley with a couple of little bottles of water, and I brought them up, and I poured them in. And, once the water hit the engine, it came back out as steam immediately,
The Mexican spec says I'm going too fast and clicking on when you're still talking about something else.
I'm still talking.
So
Almost done with my damn story. You let me finish.
I don't know which one.
You cut me off a bunch of times.
I don't know which one I'm supposed to be on. The Dodge. Here. I should give this control to Mexican spec. Can he have a mouse?
Yeah.
I think that's the one we're talking about, but I'm not sure.
This truck here with the slant six, the waves are coming off of it. And I gave it about 20 minutes for it to cool off. And it was a little bit vapor locked. Once fuel got into the carburetor, vroom, it roared back to life, and I drove it home. And then I never did anything else to it as a result of that, because cast iron head, cast iron block, it all swelled and then all contracted back down together. It didn't care. It didn't care. It survived that. The guy I sold it to was thrilled to get it for $900. It looked just about like this, only I had rolled Rust-Oleum yellow, caution yellow paint over the whole body.
That stuff sticks.
Fades in the sun, though. Only lasts a couple years. I drove one till nuclear early on. Patrick knows. Slant sixes. That's how they get the reputation for being unkillable. All right, go ahead. You can have the reins back. Just tell them my story.
I know, but I was downloading. I'm overwhelmed with pictures, I guess, so I'm trying to get them all up there. So, this is one everybody says is fugly. That Mexican spec says he didn't say it was beautiful because it's a 21 Chevrolet. Yeah, I don't really understand what they were thinking.
Why is it so tall?
All the new trucks are like that. They're massive.
But I mean, it doesn't have an excessive amount of ground clearance.
No, they're just, I don't know. You need another ladder to climb down in there to get to the engine.
I mean, what does that do? Why is it designed that way? Does anybody know why why it's so high between like the axle height and the seat height?
It's
Is there
just,
something there?
you can't even. I'm short, but I get up there, I can barely get my wrist over the bed, much less my arm to set something in there. You open up the tailgate, you need a ladder to get up to it. I don't get it with these new trucks. Some people like them, but man,
I
I
mean,
don't get it. I just don't get
it
it.
looks like it would be like a really beefy muscle truck, but if you really look at it, like in what way? It's just tall. It's the bed is too high to be practically serviceable. You have to lift stuff up over your head
Here's
to put it in.
here's the good part about it. That looks kind of nice,
It's
but
not overly
I don't know why
it's not
they're
overly
so big.
electronic. I like that.
Well, it is. It's just it's
No,
got a
it just
screen
looks
is
like it's got a
small.
radio screen. I can live with that. But it's got regular dials on the dash for the most part. It looks like the heater controls are not part of the radio.
Okay, and a Mexican spec says most of the short bed regular cabs in the U.S. were stripper models, and in Mexico, this is a top of the line truck, but it is a regular cab with a short bed.
You don't see a lot of regular cab trucks. They're all extended cab or crew cab or monster cab, super cab, mega super macho cab.
And then we move on to the Ford, which is basically the same thing,
God,
big
it
tall
looks the
truck.
same.
It's a big old giant truck.
Looks like it's got a little
Well,
bigger wheels.
I had one of these in a rental, yeah, up in Las Vegas. Maybe I got it in Newman, drove it to Las Vegas and back, and the thing went really good. And I opened the hood to see what was in there, and it was a little tiny V6 way down in there. You almost need binoculars to see the thing, and it was turbocharged, so it had power, but it's a little tiny engine down in there. It's like, wow, there's a lot of space in here. I don't know what that engine was, but yep.
Olive says there's no equipment in the extra bulk. It's just trying to look butch. All right, well, if that's it, then that's it.
See, I don't know. They're just enormous, and yeah. What do they do?
I guess it's the style that people like.
I
People who buy new trucks, that's what they gravitate to.
the before this was a studio, I had a couch in here, the used couch. I put it on Marketplace. Somebody bought it right away, same day. Showed up in a truck, kind of like this, big, tall, jacked up truck. It was diesel. He had an exhaust pipe, big exhaust pipe like this, coming right out of the bed and going straight up, looked like a smokestack. So it's taking up a large portion of the bed. So he had a hard time getting the couch in there. But he brought two people with him, and the thing was so tall they had a hard time getting it in the back of the truck. But they got it in there and they drove off. But the point is, the truck was almost useless as a truck. Mexican spec says 23 Ford Lobo Platinum. Top of the line truck again, a regular cab short bed. These big trucks look odd to me in the regular cab short bed. Kevin Smith, my boss, always got us Silverados for company trucks, top of the line stuff for us back in the 70s.
Well,
the 70s were pretty cool trucks.
Well, the thing about the expensive top of the line trucks, if you bought them for a business, if it was a business that was making good money, you could write down the value of the truck very rapidly. Like within the first 3 years, you could just write it all off as expense, which comes off your profits and saves you a bunch on taxes. So you might as well have good, new, reliable trucks instead of maintaining old junk, because you end up spending a lot less money in downtime and service costs.
Well,
and you can write it off.
In the U.S., if you lease, you can write off 100% of lease payment, and if you buy something, you have to what do they call it? I forget the word. You have to depreciate it over a period of time. So leasing works real well. And the company I worked for, they used to all the vehicles were on 2-year leases, so they just always had new trucks.
Those are the kind of new truck buyers that manufacturers want to appeal to, because they buy multiple trucks and they buy new ones every couple of years.
What is this? Dean Stevens got an ad.
So they're building trucks for that market, not for me or him. They're building them for commercial buyers who want to buy a new truck every couple of years, and they're not worried about like they want them to be happy with the first 3 to 5 years of use out of that truck, and then after that they want them to buy a new one anyways. They don't care what happens after the warranty is up. So they're building for that market.
I want you to read Dean Stevenson's ad before it disappears.
Dean Stevenson?
It's up at the top.
CVVUE.
CSVU.
CSVUE legal compliance plans ad. Flordix Energy Supplements advertisement. Thank you, Dean, for telling us about the advertisers that I've never heard of.
Because they're in New Zealand.
I see. We're getting advertisements even in New Zealand, and they're paying for these 7,000 kilobits per second. Can you guys see any improvement in the video quality tonight? I cranked it up to 1080p. Does anybody notice a difference? Just curiosity.
I sure noticing the kilobits going out. It's almost double.
It's a lot more kilobits.
And it seems to be working. We didn't know if this would work.
It costs a lot of money, but you guys are worth it.
Costs a lot of money.
Extra kilobits.
costs YouTube a lot of money. Doesn't cost us.
Our advertisers, they're going out on a limb.
So anyway,
they need you guys to buy some stuff.
I'm going back to
Kevin Smith says the boss would go to the dealership every year with $60K to buy trucks.
Jeez.
Wow, you've got an S on the end of the word truck there, as if for $60K you could get more than one top-end Chevy Silverado.
He's just back in the 70s.
Back in the 70s, you could get 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, at least.
For $60K, you could maybe get 6 of them. Man.
Here's this Buddy Carafano. Now, that's a truck. And that's jacked up for a reason to go over stuff. Pitt's here.
See, but if you look at the distance from the center line of the axle to where the bottom of the driver window is, it's very narrow compared to these new trucks. It's like this much. It's huge. But you could fit a bigger tire on this truck than those new Chevys.
Look how crude that is compared to the new trucks. But that's okay. It's a truck. It's just a truck, you know.
I don't know if the steering feel is probably better on the new trucks. They do a nice job with the suspension and steering dampening and stuff. But, man. Kevin Smith says $8,880 each truck. Big 10 pickups. Wow. Top of the line ones, Kevin. For $9,000. Dang.
22 Ram.
Have no fear, the Dougster is here. Dougster is going to get us back on truck.
Back on truck track?
Potato. Thank you, Dougster. Dougster says potato.
Kevin Smith said he paid us in cash also. I worked in one place. They paid me in cash. Every week he'd count out dollars. That's really odd. I didn't work there very long, but it was kind of odd.
Pitt says, if you're ever shopped a fleet of trucks, Ford makes the deals nobody else will. I wanted Chevy, but Ford always won the bid. There you go. They know what real business is about. Ford trucks are commercial. They are. The Dodge one's pretty commercial too. So these older Dodge trucks, they were...
I don't know if you want to zoom that in or not before I move on to the next one.
What is it?
It's some kind of a newer...
TRX.
22. That'd be in 2022.
It looks
Ram
like it's
truck.
got a lot of plastic on the front end.
I think it looks kind of cool, but yeah, I look at that like that's just I'm because I know what's under the hood. I'm just overwhelmed by it, you know. Kevin Smith says $300 a week was good money in '77. It sure was.
Yeah, it was.
What was I making in '77? Yeah, I don't know. I had a business of my own. Business of my own was a business of your own. Everybody could say, all the businessmen would always tell me, pay yourself first. I never understood what that meant because I had bills to pay. So I paid the bills first. And sometimes there was money left over. Sometimes there wasn't. Sometimes I was stealing money out of my personal account to pay the business, you know, so I could pay my business bills. But sometimes I made good money, so I don't know. That was during that period of time when I had my first radiator shop. I was young, early 20s, first business. Yep. 700 horsepower TRX. Wow.
Wow.
I guess.
Pitt says he's been getting his butt kicked by a 3.9 Dakota. I guess that's a Magnum engine because he says it has the keg intake and it's leaking on the bottom side. I've heard that's not a fun thing to take apart to repair. There's a lot of wires and stuff on the new Magnums, and I've heard that those kegs they leak and it's a problem. So I hope you're able to get it
Oh, now here we go.
fixed
Buddy
up.
Carafano sent this one in too. Okay, you're gonna have to.
That's a pretty paint job on that truck.
What is that? A 53? I think. Oh, it probably says on the license plate.
That's probably, what is that, a 3100? That's a big truck.
I don't think so. Let's see what it says. I can't figure this one out. Buddy, you didn't send many details on this one. Oh, it says F100. He did send that. It's an F100, which is a half ton back then. But it's just, that's how they looked in 53. That was the first year for that body style.
Kevin Smith says, I wish I would have stayed working for that guy. We didn't know what we had. Ain't that the truth? So many times we didn't know what we had. It is a 53 F100. Boy, it looks pretty tough for a 100.
That's not that.
53 with a
you walk
curved
up
windshield?
and you walk. Yeah, it was the first year for that body style.
Oh, okay.
53, 4, and 5 had that windshield. 56 was almost the same truck, but the windshield wrapped around, and the vent windows were kind of rectangular instead of like that. So there was one year the 56 had the really wraparound window, but yeah, they were the same body. 57 it all changed.
What do you think the wheels on that truck?
I don't know. I like the old American racing before they curved the spokes. I think they curved them because so many cars had disc brakes and they need to make room for the calipers and everything. But I'm not sure, but I think that's why they did that.
That makes sense.
And then Buddy Carfano, the next one he sent in is a newer one, which is a 2024. Yeah, I don't know. They look okay, I guess. I'm just tired of these giant trucks coming down the road.
I think some of the height it brings to scale that crew cab. I'll bet it was designed as the crew cab, and then they scaled it down to a single cab, and that's why it looks so dumb and tall for single cab. I don't know. With the flares on it, it looks a little different.
I don't know. It looks okay, but it's not
a lot of
it's not like an old
plastic.
truck.
It's a lot of plastic.
I would much rather have like a 67 Chevy halftime.
But to take to work every day?
I don't know.
If you had a 67 Chevy that was in like new condition, you wouldn't want to take it out, and you wouldn't.
No, I'm just talking about the design. I'm just talking about the design and what it's like to drive. And I said that, and the very next one I click on, I didn't see this at a time, is a 67 Chevy. And you can always tell a 67 Chevy, it's that body style, and it's the only year that had the small back window. All the others, 68, 9, 70, up through 72, I think, had the big back window. So I really like the 67 because the window's a little bit small, and the grill is it's just a nice looking truck, I think. I remember when that body style came out. I was a kid then. I was 12 years old. I remember I went out and bought a model one right away. Bought a 67 Chevy pickup model because I liked it so much. Luis says, I just heard a nice song from the Beach Boys. I miss Brian Wilson. You're a young guy. Man, I grew up with that stuff. I was young when Beach Boys were first popular. Yeah, I miss it too. Good stuff. So, see if I got any new stuff. Oh yeah, I got more moose.
Cut off the 3-inch, put a 3-inch pipe, and it's the loudest V6 you heard, and now it won't develop any power. Why do we do this? Well, because hot
Who is
rod.
this? Okay,
Because hot rods.
I gotta know who sent this in. I'm downloading it.
Pit Sniper, did you send it in a limp mode? Did you leave an oxygen sensor on it somewhere?
Let's see here. Somebody sent this picture in, but I don't want to read the real name. So, who sent this in? That looks pretty nice. I mean, I like red and black.
This is familiar. We have seen this truck before. I know we've seen this truck before.
Yeah, I gotta know who sent it in. Somebody tell me who. Somebody tell me if you sent this in, because I don't want to read your real name.
That's back when trucks were trucks. Yeah. It's a different world, a different market, different buyers,
Well, it's 67 through
different
72.
laws.
The 67 through 72 Chevy pickups, I really like that. I may be back later. The forest bugs and other creatures are being too loud. Really?
The forest calls to you, Olive.
Oh, Paul Pachui. Okay, Paul Pachui sent this in.
Thank you, Paul. This is Paul's personal vehicle. That is a nice truck. Well done.
And I like the grill.
Yes.
And I like red and black. Yeah, it's a sharp looking truck.
Most of these trucks have been worked to death. They are on their 5th, 6th owner and nearly ground into dust or already rotting, crushed in a yard somewhere. So
You're going to have to keep up with the chat for a minute because I'm downloading.
Pitt says it's the leaking intake that I've been avoiding. Oddly, letting it breathe finished that bottom intake gasket. Got an aluminum plate and Gen 3 injectors on the way. Okay. Yeah, the aluminum plate, I think, fixes it. But you know what? Letting it breathe, if the exhaust flows better, then it's going to pull more vacuum on the intake. So that would suck whatever was left of the gasket right out of there. If it was already coming, dying.
What's this blue grits here? Before the Raptors were at the dealerships, Ford brought one to show and test drive at the Shelby meet in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Someone tested it too hard because there were dents where the bed hit the cab. Oh, man.
Yikes.
Blue Grit left me
Where the bed hit the cab.
Blue Grit left me a...
They must have had it airborne. Blue Grit, great job getting that 351 running. Sounds good.
He left me a note on one of the videos, and I was going to say something tonight. Now I can't even recall what it was.
I don't know. Check out Blue Grit Garage. They are working on a Mustang with a 351 to bring to No Name Nationals and have some fun this year. And they've been steady plugging away at getting all the ins and outs taken care of so that it can be ready to go.
Pitt says, yep, sometimes fixing stuff makes other stuff worse. Have we discovered that?
Never. Hey, if it ain't one thing, it's another.
Okay, Mexican Specs. I've got another Ram pickup up here. 2014. That's a 2014. Ram short bed, regular cab. It has a 5.7 Hemi, not a 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
And there's several pictures of that. I'm going to scroll through those.
The Rams generally got from about 90, like about the mid 90s on, at minimum, they got the small V8.
But then they started
the
getting the
318
Hemis.
Magnum, and then in 2001 they went to the 4.7 Magnum. But you could get the Hemis most of the time. Most of those years you could get a Hemi. They're just not very common because it was an expensive package.
Oh, what's this? Pitt says, I'd kill to build a V8 right now. I got another 3.9 and a Jeep Liberty that spun a rod bearing. Life is great. You know, the Jeep Liberties are pretty nice to drive, but there was the first gen and the second gen. I really like driving the first gen better, but the second gen was okay too. What was the Dodge that was same body as the second gen Jeep Liberty? I forget what that thing was called. Man,
Like
I came
Durango or something.
I came this close to buying one, and I went back and it was gone. It was like, oh, it was red and it had a 5-speed manual, and that's why I really wanted it, because I kind of liked it, and it had a manual transmission, which most stuff didn't anymore. I was in Yuma then, and Journey, is that what? No, it's not a Journey. Okay, somebody come up with what that was. Everybody's saying Journey. Could have been, but I don't think that's what it was. Let's see what it is. Maybe I can.
You want me to pull up a Dodge?
Yeah,
Journey?
because I'm this computer's like not set up for doing that right now. Yeah. Yeah, Dodge Journey. No, it's not a Journey. It's not it at all. It's a Dodge. Just put in there Dodge, like a Jeep Liberty. There's a whole list of them there. Nitro. Dodge Nitro. It did pop it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a red Dodge Nitro. I really wanted that thing because it's a manual. It's just the right size SUV, and went back and it was gone already. You're going to bring up a Nitro, but you're bringing up something for Luis first. We got a blank screen behind us. There, that thing. Yeah, it was a red one, just like that. And man, it had a manual transmission in it. That was just so unusual. And I just like, oh, I gotta have that. And then it was gone. But it's basically a Liberty. The second set of headers also interferes with the steering gearbox. Never trust what the box says. So I'm putting this in the stock manifolds. I need to make progress to make. Yep. Sometimes that's how it is. You just got to do what you got to do to get the thing going. And buddy got a tire rack ad. And I talked right through the ad. Sorry about that. So, I don't know, 2 points. Luis says, I see Crash and Bernstein. Yeah, because you flicked that up on the screen.
Yes, it was from previously. You asking to see Crash and Bernstein.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you scrolled it back. Pitt says, when I worked for Duncan Aviation, we used to go get a few huffs in from the paint bay before every shift. They usually use catalyzed paint, man. You don't be breathing that. I didn't know you worked for Duncan.
I'll be right back.
That's pretty interesting. Luis says, wow, Dodge Nitro. I never saw that car before. Yeah, it was just like a, not just like, but it was the same body and structure and everything as a Jeep Liberty. And the place that I worked for, he had a bunch of trucks, but he had a Jeep Liberty the first year the Liberty came out. And if we needed to take a trip, a lot of times we didn't need to take a trip and we didn't need to take a trailer with us or anything, he'd give us a Liberty. So I drove that Liberty out to Maryland several times from Ohio. And it was a real pleasant thing to drive. And man, one time I had to make a U-turn. I made a wrong turn. And I'm used to like making a U-turn and it's way around like this, and it's real narrow center divider. And I went, whoop, and it turned. I didn't even have to turn as tight as the Jeep turned. It just went whoop, turned around. It was so cool because the turning radius was so small on it. So short. Okay, Pitt says this friggin' 2013 Liberty is rotting off the frame. Guess I'll build the engine anyway.
2013 is rotting.
Yeah, he's in Nebraska, and there's.
That's why I don't live up north no more. Screw all that.
Oh, Luis says it's like 18 years ago, back in 07. Yeah, 07. Yeah, it could have been. Well, I think that that Nitro I was looking at was I think it was a 10 or an 11, and it was probably a year or two old when I was looking at it. So, yeah. Yeah, I know it's a while ago. Seems recent to me, but it isn't. Yeah, and Dougster, just for the heck of it, I want to mention Dougster's live. I was in there last night, and I decided we were headed up to the shop, and I said to Kim, I yelled around the corner to her. I said, "Hey, you ready to go up the shop?" She goes, "Okay." So I started bailing out at Dougster's live, and then he ended the live. So uh, maybe Dougster, if you want to, or Mexican Spec, somebody can put up a link to Dougster's channel. So he needs a few more subs to make it to No Name Nationals and drive something there. Although he always shows up anyway. I don't know. He's got about 350 or something. I don't know, 360. I don't know, somewhere around there. But that's what happened to me last year. I had 360 about this time of year, and I, by doing some shorts and by staying after it, I got up over the 500 before No Name Nationals. Okay, Pitt says, yeah, Buff, I worked in pneumatics, hydraulics, and controls for Duncan. Smoked a Marlboro on a tarmac with Michael Jordan. Worked on Bob Hope's Jetstar and Tim Allen. Deck about his Falcon. I didn't know all these people had these airplanes. Bob Hope had a Jetstar. Is it 731s on it, or was it the old puffer jets? Those are Jetstar is a 4-engine business jet, and it has all 4 engines in the back. They're kind of cool looking. Falcon's good airplane too. I knew guys that flew Falcons, but I'd never been in one. I mean, I've been in them, but never flown one. Space Jam. I remember Space Jam. Okay, yeah, Mexican Spec. Thanks. Got Dougster's got his channel up there. Maybe we can get you a couple more subs anyway. Okay, and then I got to look at my um, I got to look at my email. Kim ran off. Mexican Spec sent more. Oh, he sent a lot more. Okay. Oh no, he just sent. There's 3 more. I already downloaded. No, wait a minute. There's a whole lot of them here from Mexican Spec. So I've got to.
Thank you, Mexican
Got a
Spec.
lot of them.
He sent us a bunch of new trucks this time.
Yeah, he's got new trucks. These aren't trucks that he has for sale. These are just
where's
Mexican
Spec
trucks. Mexican trucks.
Where's the Mexican Spec trucks?
Pitt says 731s, Buff. The Challengers and Jetstars were my thing. Really? I knew a guy that's working on a 731. He was an engineer, and they were gonna put some big engines on the 731 on the Jetstars, and they pulled 4 engines off, and they were gonna put 2 big engines on it. And he worked on that project, then it didn't go anywhere. Anyway, I knew a guy that was working on that, and so he talked to me a lot about it. But that would have been kind of interesting. But yeah, Jetstars look kind of cool with the 4 engines back there.
Mexican Spec says these are trucks we can't have. Well, that's mean.
Well, we can't have them because they're too new to import into the U.S.
And they don't make them here.
Okay, let's see. This is a Ram that's I don't know what year it is. It's a 25. That's a brand new Ram in Mexico.
Is it an El Camino?
El Camino? It's a Ram truck.
Ram Camino?
I don't know. I think it's just
Look
the
at
angle.
it. It looks like it's all one piece.
I'm trying to get my cursor where I can. The cursor's not behaving. Maybe my hand's not behaving.
Really, something's wrong with it. It is.
Oh, it's got a bed like the old Fords where there's no separate bed. It's it's a unibody bed, whatever they called it. Oh, Mexican Spec says 2025 Ram 700, actually a Fiat. Ah, so it is a small thing. I don't know if I want any Fiats. I mean, it looks like a Ram. Oh, see, now that one is a 4-door. It has a separate bed. I mean, it sure looks like a Ram truck. I don't want no stinking Fiat. Okay, I'm gonna go back and find that. I'm gonna go back through these. Look at that. Look at that bed is all one piece, just like a passenger car. But it's a Fiat.
We figured out what was wrong with our Jeep.
Oh, you're going to talk about that, or are you going to wait and
Well, we can
put the
talk about
video up?
it in brief. There's a video coming out about it. But
Well, the next car in after my car came out was the Jeep went in. So
yeah, because we didn't even know what was wrong with it. We just knew it wasn't running right. So we pulled it in and we fought while trying to get the code. Man, we have been bickering so much. We're both irritable. Why are we so irritable?
that's fugly. Chinese crap. Chinese crap? Is it really? It's Fiat made in China? Is that right? I mean, that makes it even worse. I mean, I like the idea that the fender's all one piece. I don't know if that's good for a truck. I mean, it looks cool.
Well, that would be unibody, so it'd be a lot lighter than a full
Yeah,
truck
but when you
body.
put something heavy in there, it's gonna
Well, you're
clinkle,
not
clinkle,
supposed to.
clinkle, clinkle. That side
It's
beds, you know.
it's a light utility vehicle, not a truck.
Dougster says, "What was the special Ford truck that had the cab in the boxes one?" Yeah, that was like in 61, 2, 3, somewhere in there. And it was a half-ton pickup, and some of them were like that, and some of them had a separate box. But there were a lot of them that were like that.
Boy, the distortion on that camera makes the fender look so big in
Oh,
comparison to the tire. It looks
the next
dumb.
truck, the next truck. What, you sent another one in, or the one I'm trying to figure this out. The 1200. Oh, okay. That's the four-door one that I gotta move forward again because he sent in two batches and I downloaded them all at once. This one, that's a Chinese truck? What? What are they doing? So now he's saying no, the Ram 1200 is Chinese, the next truck. Yeah, those Fords, they called them the unibody, but they weren't really a unibody. They were on a frame, but the bed and the cab was one piece. Yeah, that's a Ram 1200, and it's Chinese. Why is this happening? Man. Well, you know, there's a whole ship full of electric cars and hybrids and a few gasoline cars, and there's something caught on fire. It was up like 400 miles off the south of Alaska somewhere, and the fire got worse and worse, and more electric cars on fire on that ship, and they sent a salvage crew out there to try to deal with it, but the ship sank before they could get it salvaged. So all those cars that were headed to Mexico from China went to the bottom. Let's see. Mexican spec says unibody means one body. So it was, yeah, but unibody a lot of times means a body and frame are one piece. So it's still a body on a frame, is my point. And then they called it a unibody because the back of the truck and the cab and the bed were one piece. Okay, so I'm back to my.
Some people need smaller trucks. Right. Not everybody needs a big commercial truck because if you're not trucking all the time, then you're just paying a bunch of extra money for gas. It's difficult to park and they're generally more expensive. I mean, it's the market demanding lower prices. They're like, well, we have this Chinese truck that kind of looks like it'll do the job. And people are like, yeah, that's the price I want to pay. So, I don't know. Yeah, that's a Dodge Ram SRT10. Is that a V10?
It's an SRT10, it is.
Nice.
It's similar architecture to the Viper engine, but it's not a Viper engine. Kind of looks like a Viper engine. Okay, now here's one I like. See, Paul Julie says the 55 GMC Cameo was the unibody truck. Those were unibody? I thought that thing was fiberglass in the back, but maybe not. Okay, I can't zoom in on that, so you'll have to zoom in on it. That is like my car. It isn't very zoomed, but okay.
Let's just zoom in as it is. Let's see.
I guess you could scroll up and then show the whole, like the ones underneath too. Yeah, but that's like the same as my Z sled. Now that's the wheel covers that my last one, my Ford Futura had. But they made these Durango pickups, and I don't know how many of them they made, hundreds of them. But it's on the same body as a Z sled, and it's a pickup. It's kind of weird. The tailgate opens and the taillights are on the tailgate, which is not legal anymore. But it looks cool, and I kind of like them. Yeah, Mexican Spec says you can make that with your car. I'm not going to do that to my car. Kevin
We can
Swiss
do it with
says,
the parts car.
yeah, we can do it with the parts car. Amazon delivery trucks are Rivians. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that are Rivians. Where were we? Oh, that's when we went to get my car in Texas, and we stopped in that parking lot to work on my car to make it drivable to get it home. And a Rivian truck pulled in, Amazon truck, right while we were there. And I said, listen to it.
That was a lot of the push that came with the electric vehicles too. Was the promise that all these vehicles were going to be autonomous and self-driving, delivery vehicles, trucks, big trucks, over-the-road trucks. They are doing it, and cars. And for a while there, the cars did self-drive, but it only took a few accidents, and they put the kibosh on that. But in
Well,
order to
and
do that well,
some of them were promised,
oh yeah,
like
yeah, the
that big
Cybertrucks are supposed
that
to have
well
a
that
full self-driving.
well there was a big semi truck uh, that was
Yeah.
What's his name?
There's absolutely they're doing it in Texas.
But I saw one of them. I've only seen one. So what happened to that promise?
Oh,
It just went away. It just didn't get done. And
Well,
that was
I saw videos about the self-driving trucks that they have in Texas.
self-driving. Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
See, Amazon parks their electric delivery trucks in the winter around here. I'm
not
surprised.
They probably don't have the range.
What I'm surprised is they pull inside a building and they charge them in there. That's I don't know how risky it is. I know there've been some fires with that stuff. The I can't pull up. Somebody, I don't know if it's somebody in here. Oh, the Slate. The Slate, I kind of like that thing because it's a small truck. And now that there's no government isn't going to pay for a big chunk of it, they were advertising it at $20,000, but now they're saying it's 28 because the government isn't giving a bunch of money for you to buy them. But for 28 grand, you can buy that little truck. Well, it's electric. I don't know if I like the electric part, but I like the part that it's a simple truck, crank up windows, not a lot of electronics. Man, I wish it had a little 3-cylinder Geo Metro engine in it. But I like the size of that truck. It's pretty cool.
$28,000. Buy yourself the nicest used
Oh yeah,
Dodge Dakota that you can find, and then dump money into it. Dump money into it. You'll never get to 28 grand, and you'll have a really nice Dodge Dakota, and it'll do everything one of those Slates can do and more for a longer period of time. And at the end of that period of time, it'll still be worth more, and you'll still have money in the bank that you never spent on maintenance.
Can you look up, just because I do it here, but I can't. Well, Junkyard Digs has a blue and white Ford Durango. Oh, they do. I didn't know that. Can you look up Tesla semi-truck? Now, I did see one of these. I was going across Nebraska on I-80, and one went by the other way, and I was like that, looking at it. So I know at least one of them exists, and I know I saw one with Elon Musk standing next to it. So I don't know if that's the one I saw, but yeah, see that thing right there? Maybe you can get there's a big picture of it that's not AI generated. Yeah, you can see that thing right there. there was one of those things went by. I was on I-80 and it went by pulling a trailer. It's like, wow, look at that. It really does exist, but it's the only one I've ever seen. And that was, you know when it was? It's when I went to, when I drove the last time that I went to Oregon, whenever that was. You were here and I left and went to Oregon. You remember that trip? And one of those things went by the other way.
Kevin says range anxiety is real because he has an electric powered chair. Yeah, in the winter you got to keep that thing warm.
Well, you know what you got to do, Kevin? You got to put a 3-cylinder Geo Metro engine on it. Build a hot rod one. Let's see, Tackleberry. How many
heifers? That's cows.
I think I can cram in that thing. I'm not sure which thing we were looking at the time.
I don't know.
Because we had 2 different ones up there. Pitt. I-80 Nebraska is miserable. Just open her up. Yeah, but don't you get tickets? You know, I do respect speed limits just because I don't want tickets, especially in a state where I don't belong. You know, so mostly I set cruise controls right about, if traffic's moving 3 or 4 miles an hour faster than the speed limit, I'll set it there. Otherwise, I'm just going to let it set it at the speed limit. And if people are going like 20 over, let them go by. I'm not going to be part of it. Let's see here. Kevin Smith, weed whacker engine for my wheelchair. That'd be noisy. Range anxiety is real. I've been driving electric high-lows since 01. The Pepsi truck looks cool in Pepsi blue. Imagine that if it said Diet Coke and it was red and white. That wouldn't be annoying. Oh, the noise. It says hybrid trucks just make sense. We already have been doing it in trains. Trains aren't hybrids. A hybrid is where you charge a battery and run off the battery. A train's just direct. It just runs the motors directly off the
diesel.
The generators, yeah. And yeah, it makes sense.
Luis likes Pepsi. Well, good for you. I don't like Pepsi. I like Coke.
I like them both, but I just seem to.
Well, I could be swayed for the right
and you
money.
see what I drink because
hybrids do make a lot of sense. There's a lot of efficiency to be gained by.
Well, what makes them efficient is you got the battery charged up, and now to drive around town, you barely use the engine, just keep the battery up. So it is pretty darn efficient. Out on the road, so I've driven these things, and out on the road, it seems like the engine runs a whole lot more, but you still get good fuel economy because they're small engines, Let's see here. Mexican Spec says, make a choice, Buff. Make a choice, Buff. For what? Yeah, I drink mostly I drink the store brand because it's cheap. Look up the hydraulic hybrid Ford Tonka truck. Yeah, let's try that. Well, I'm looking for another one. There's more trucks here. Oh, this is a good one, but Kim we'll do it after Kim's finished looking up what she's looking up. Pitt, always love an RC. I drank a lot of RC Cola. Back in the day, that was the first diet drink, was the, what was the RC diet drink called? Somebody will know. Oh, Coke or Pepsi, that's the Pepsi challenge. Oh, I take Coke. Dexter says, I used to work next to a rail yard. I do love when they would throttle up the locomotive to assemble the train. It makes great sound. Patrick Sullivan, Coke Zero Sugar is pretty good. It is. It's darn good. Huh. Kevin says Coke tastes like cinnamon. Huh. Oh, Patrick Sullivan, you're right. See, I couldn't think of that. Diet Right. Diet Right was the RC Cola diet, and it was the first of the diet colas. And first one I had, and it was really good. And Inspector Bruce, Tab is actually a Coca-Cola product before Diet Coke came out, and I drank a lot of Tab back in the day, and it was not very good compared to Diet Pepsi and compared to Diet Coke, and it was okay. I drank it. Tackleberry, whatever you drive a Firestone.
Firestone is weird because stones don't burn.
It says here.
Wouldn't it be like a fire log, a fire tree, a fire bush, burning bush, a fire?
It says
Something.
RC was a quarter at the grocery store by the school. Coke and Pepsi were 50 cents. Huh. See, there was somewhere I was, there was an RC machine because I used to get diet out of it. And I don't remember what the cost was. Man, that was back in the 60s. It's probably 10 cents. I remember when we had a machine where I worked and it was 10 cents, and it was long after the other machines weren't 10 cents anymore. It was 10 cents, and then they went to real small bottles, and then they brought back the normal size bottles, and it went to a quarter, and I was like, oh. So, drink Jolt to get a boost. Man, you ever taste that stuff? That was meant for kids. Tab went the way of the Studebaker. Yeah, finally it's gone. And they brought it back a couple of times. It's gone. Tonka. Okay, so you've got this Tonka. What's going on with Tonka? Somebody wanted this Tonka.
Pitt says on that Tonka, the brakes charge a hydraulic bladder, then release the pressure coming off the line. Trash trucks use these, and they're made by Eaton. That's kind of neat. I'm curious. I'd be curious to see how that system. All the whirly gigs that make that happen.
Inspector Bruce says, I like Tab and I like Studebakers. I had a lot of Tab and I have a Studebaker. Let's see here. That's it. Right, Lewis. I love that truck. Mom was brilliant. Kevin says, Mom was brilliant with those 5 brats.
Bought Tab because the kids would not drink it. Mom just drank the Tab. It was the Mama Cola. It was like buying the lady cigarettes. Nobody would steal them, but they did. Hydraulic hybrid. Got garbage truck internals.
Okay, you could put this one maybe, which is one from Buddy Carafano. Buddy Carafano sent this in. This is a really cool truck. I like these things.
An S10?
Yeah, it's the GMC Cyclone, which is a fast little truck.
Oh, I see.
Oh, Duxter says Jolt Cola later had a full line. They had regular, gross, cherry cola, and a Mountain Dew version, citrus flavored. Gross. Man, I didn't know about that.
Citrus and cherry Jolt.
Oh, yeah. Patrick Sullivan says 16-ounce glass returnable bottles. I remember the 12-ounce ones, and yeah, it was a big deal. You had to keep those all, take them back. I think we got 10 cents a piece for them. And that was a lot of money back then.
Kevin said his mom wore slacks with stirrups. Guess she was afraid her pants would fall off. That can happen. Don't laugh.
Little bug flying around. Okay, so who knows about the Cyclone? I think Jay Leno has one of these. In fact, I know Jay Leno has one of these. I'm pouring some more of this generic diet, whatever it is. I think it's supposed to taste like Dr. Pepper. But it is called, yeah, there you go, Dr. Perky.
That's because it's caffeinated. It was enough to buy a pack of smokes. What, the return on the bottle was enough to buy a pack of smokes? They were cheap.
Tackleberry says they don't make pop like they used to. Man, I remember back in the 60s, there was something called Cyclamates they were using to sweeten the diet drinks. Man, all of a sudden it was like, can't have that anymore. That's poison. And I remember I had a paper out then, and there was a grocery store right behind where the newspaper was. And sometimes we'd go over there on their loading dock and fold our papers over there, and a bunch of paper boys over there doing their work, and there were dumpsters there, and the dumpsters were full of stuff with cyclamates in them. All the drinks, all the what do you call it, Kool-Aid, all the stuff that had cyclamates just full in the dumpster. People come along and taking it out. And then, like 40, 50 years later, I see cyclamates are still legal in Europe and in Canada. And it's like, I don't know what the big deal was in the U.S., but and they made us get rid of them. Some political nonsense. Yeah, Dr. Thunder. Yeah, what's Dr. Thunder? I've seen that a lot. That's one of the other generic ones. Yeah, 4.3 turbo. I bet that rips because, and I've heard those things are fast because a 4.3, I had a 4.3 what are the little vans called? The little Chevy vans. I had one of those things, and I had a tow bar behind it. I'd go to, or tow dolly, and I'd go to auctions with that thing and always pull cars back home for, 100 miles away with that 4.3 in a van, and no problem going down the highway with that engine pulling two cars. My dad drove to Canada every year on vacation to load up on cyclamate. Yeah, see, they're still in Canada. I don't know. To me, it must have been some political thing here. Somebody making something else. Yeah, it was an Astrovan. Yeah, mine was a 4.3, but not a turbo. And we have ads coming up. What is this?
Dr. Thunder, yes.
Inspector Bruce says cyclamate's worse than saccharin. And I don't know. Some of that stuff, it's after a while I realized a lot of it's political, and whether it's good or not good or whatever, I guess, it's beyond my control. We just got to roll with it or not use it. Whatever. I don't remember the cyclamates or the saccharin tasting very good, but I wish they'd make some of this stuff with no sweetener in it. Like I can drink coffee without sweetener in it, and it's okay. I'd like to find out what Coca-Cola tastes like with no sweetener in it. People say, "Oh, you wouldn't be able to drink that." Well, a lot of people can't drink coffee without sugar in it.
Dougster got a
Tea tree lotions. That sounds
interesting. You get 2
interesting.
points. We got some Astro conversions to sell. They did well. Yeah, well, I mean, it was the van that they had those years.
My Astro was a conversion van that I got I got it cheap, really cheap, at an auction. And it was kind of ugly looking because it had some kind of graphics on the side, like, like the conversion vans had. And it was all tape and it was peeled and faded. It looked like crap.
Kevin's screen went black again. Man.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's a YouTube problem.
Or a phone problem. He's watching on a phone. So I don't know. So, anyway, my Astrovan was a pretty rough looking thing. And it was, but it was great for going to the auction, pulling cars back. And occasionally because there were a lot of seats in the back, could take somebody somewhere.
Bruce got an ad for a Swiss clip nose hair trimmer. What are they trying to say, Bruce?
Oh, I need my nose hair trimmer.
That ain't right. I mean, everybody gets nose hairs. Sort of. Do they? Does everybody get nose hairs? I think everybody gets nose hairs.
I guess everybody needs to see that ad then.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess eventually. Swiss? Are they made by the same thing as a Swiss Army knife? Do they got the little logo on them?
What's Dean have here first?
Do Swiss Army knives have nose clippers in them? I'll bet
they got everything else.
Nose hair. I'll bet the big one probably does have a nose hair trimmer.
Can you read what Dean wrote? I'm like, I can't even read
Dean? I don't know. I don't know what that means.
That's some kind of that's an ad he gets in New Zealand.
Oh, it's an ad. Okay, well,
I think it's two ads.
No.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Kevin Smith, I wish I could find a clean Astrovan. Yeah, they're getting old now because that one I had was It wasn't new.
I don't see those around at
Man,
all.
and I know where I was living then. That was, man, where I was living when I had that Astrovan, that's when 9/11 happened. So I was there like in
I'll bet
2001.
you.
And it was an old van then, you know.
I'll bet you Nick the Van Man can get you one.
I mean, they're around. Oh, Dean Stevenson has his fancy letters now. What's an A with a circle above it? I don't know what that letter's called.
Spooky. Witchcraft, tell you.
Yeah, and Kevin says it's only when the commercials come. Man, it does something to his phone. Yeah, Dean Stevenson. Second, I don't remember. Yeah, CRS. I got CRS times 2. His mama used to whip us brats with Hot Wheels track.
Yikes! Your mom, Kevin.
My mother.
Wow.
There's 2 weapons she used. One was a wooden spoon, like in the kitchen. We were little
Oh, I
kids.
remember
I
the
thought those
spoon.
wooden spoons were this big, but they're not. They're only about this big because we were little. She whap on the butt, you know, through our jeans, you know, so it didn't hurt us, but
One of those
we didn't
whipping
like it.
spatulas. That's
And then
ding.
the other thing she used to be, she'd be on the phone, and that's back when the phone was attached to the wall. You couldn't go anywhere while you were on the phone. So as soon as she's on the phone at a little desk there, you know, we'd be cutting up somewhere, and she'd be like, be quiet, I'm on the phone. And she always had Reader's Digests, and she had like a stack of Reader's Digests on that desk. And she'd pick up a Reader's Digest, whoa, it'd like about halfway across the room, and then it'd open up like a dead bird and to the ground. Once in a while, she'd get us with one. But when those Reader's Digests started flying, we knew it was time to straighten up.
Tackleberry, it would be mug root beer if we could find the diet version locally here.
Oh,
But it's hard to get.
do we have, what's the one I get that's diet? Don't know. Oh, it's
A&W.
Dad's. Well,
No, it's
A&W is
A&W.
really good.
That's what
But
we have right now.
The Dads are the little packets that I put in the.
Yeah,
we
that's the
just bought a
sugar-free
bunch of
stuff
those.
that we mix. But
Pits-
it's just
oh,
flavoring. It's not real root
Can you
beer.
just like for a second scroll up?
No.
It's at Pitt, up
It's
to where
gone,
Pitt
it's
was.
gone.
Pitt says the Swiss Army knife has a very small set of surgical scissors.
In case you need to do surgery with your Swiss
could,
Army knife, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and somebody else had ads. We missed the ads. I'm sorry.
But you get 2 points for calling out the advertisers. Mom was brilliant. Glad to hear it, Kevin. It takes a tough mom to whip some boys into shape.
Louis says, I hate September 11, 2001. Man, I remember that day. Like, there's like 3 days I remember really well. Really, I remember 2 of them. The dates was the day John Kennedy got shot. That was November 22nd of 63. And I remember sitting in school. I was in 4th grade. And I remember sitting there, and they sent us home. But while I was still sitting there, I remember thinking, I'm going to remember this day for the rest of my life. And I remembered that date, of course. And it was November 22nd of 63. And then when Reagan got shot, I don't remember the date, but I remember the day because where I was working in a wheel alignment shop, and it happened. So I recall that. And that was in right at the beginning of his first term. And then the other one was, of course, September 11th. And September 11th was, man, that was one of those days.
Welcome in, Sportster. We're talking about trucks, but we're
Yeah,
also
we're
talking
also
about other stuff.
we got off on other things.
Welcome into the stream.
So the truck we have up here right now was this one.
Cyclone.
But then I'm going to bring another one up.
4.3 Cyclone.
There's another one, Buddy Carafano.
That would be a good truck. I wonder how long those held up, though.
Oh, I don't know. Jay Leno has one. I don't know. You got, like anything, you got to keep it nice or
Yeah, but can you imagine having one of those and trying not to, like, wind up those turbos every chance you got? Like, how much restraint do you have not to just, like, smoke the tires every chance you get on that?
Oh, Luis says he was born December 6th of 02. Yeah, you missed that one. That's a good day. You didn't get to see it. Oh, Kevin Smith says the day Elvis died, all the women were screaming. My parents, I lived in California then. My parents, I think it's the first vacation they took without the kids. And they got in their 1970 Ford, full-size Ford Galaxy, and they drove off, and then one of the things they did was they went to Tennessee, to Memphis area, and they happened to be there the day that happened. And I remember my father saying that. My father was not a big Elvis fan back in the day, but he became an Elvis fan later. So that was later. He was, you remember that? He told me that. We were there that day. Pitts says the
Welcome in,
scissors.
Mike. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know where Mike is. Oh, Mike
He's
N's here.
here.
Okay. Pitts says the scissors were great for nose hairs. I'm 6'1".
I don't want to talk about nose hairs anymore.
I'm 6'1", so most of my seniors were shorter than me. Oh, nose hair was a problem because they look up.
That's right.
Because they look up at you.
You know what? That the video I'm putting out tomorrow, there's one short segment where you can see my brain. Because the angle of the angle of the camera, you could see all the way into my skull.
So you were under the car.
Yeah, I'm laying under the car like this, and you can see all the way up my brain.
It's going so fast it disappears.
And I could have cut it out, but I think we were saying something interesting, and I didn't want to cut that part of the video out. But it was a very unbecoming shot. I need to work on my camera work.
Hinckley did get paroled. Turbo the crap out of my nephew's 99 Ranger 3.0. That's going to disappear. I'm gonna have to just go down the chat. I'm sorry. I'm missing a whole bunch of them. Dougster suggests Hinckley got paroled and is on lifetime probation. He did it to impress Jodie Foster, who never met or had contact with. Yeah, and she doesn't ever want to hear anything about it. She will not tolerate hearing about it. And I don't blame her, because she had nothing to do with that. That's just some nutcase. Jeez. 95 41. It was 318, 390 limited slip posse. You know what he's talking about?
Shelby, Dakota, 89 Shelby, Dakota.
You know what he's talking about? A 318, 390. If you stroke a 318, and I don't know what the bore is, it's a 390. And that's what.
The 390 is the gear ratio in the back end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he means by a 390 limited slip posi.
Oh, 390. Okay, because you know what? Yeah.
Those are quick gears. It'll get going.
Kiwi's doing the 390 stroker for his 318. That's
completely different thing.
In large margin. That's what I thought he meant.
You get all these numbers and you get confused.
Yeah, I remember the Space Shuttle Challenger exploding. I don't remember the date. I clearly remember when it happened. I was okay. I've just completely lost the chat.
Burned oil from day one. Ford said it was normal.
Yeah, you're right. I can't catch it all. I'm trying to catch all the chat, and I can't. I bought a new Ranger in 1993. This is Mexican spec, silver, extended cab with 4.0. Burned oil from day one, and Ford said it was normal. I traded it quickly for a 93 GMC Sierra extended cab. Yeah, I had a friend that bought a Corvette, brand new 82 Corvette, and it had a knock in it. And he took it back right away. It's knock, 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 knock. Takes it back. Dealer says, "Oh, that'll go away. Just let it break in." And it got worse. So a couple of weeks later, he took it back, and they said, "Oh, it's normal. Don't worry about it." Then he had coolant in the oil. Took it back. They went, "No, okay." So they ended up putting a short block in it. But what had happened was the clips that hold the there's some circlips that hold the wrist pin in, because full floating wrist pin. They'd left one of those clips out, so the wrist pin had drifted out and carved a nice big groove up and down in the cylinder until it went into the water jacket. And that's what the noise was that wrist pin carving the side out of the cylinder until the coolant went into the pan. So they ended up putting a short block in it, but they didn't want to do anything. Dougster says Stroker 318 is a 390 though. Yeah, it is. I'm really looking forward to seeing that thing when Kiwi finishes that. Splash is one of my favorite 84 movies of all time. What's this pit? That truck was stolen and ended up in Mexico. Oh, the bad one. Shuttle disaster was 86. Yeah, it was 86. I just don't remember the date. I don't remember which date it was. Pitt says my math teacher in middle school was a finalist to be on the Challenger. Good position to be in.
I'm glad she only made the finals.
Love this show. 11. 1-1. Well, thank you. Nobody can catch all the chat. You're going to miss messages. That is true. I am doing that. It says same year of Chevy 305s and 350s had no valve seals. Oh, you got to be kidding. It was rough buying new trucks in 90s. Tackleberry ain't no truck like the Back to the Future 4x4 Toyota pickup.
Yep. There it is.
Really?
Most people wanted the DeLorean. Wanted Marty McFly's
See, that's
Toyota
one.
pickup truck.
That side window, I kind of like that. I don't know. You don't like the big windows.
It looks better in black.
And then you bought one that's got a window like that wraps around. Oh, no, it's longer. That's your Bronco 2. Dougster says,
Oh yeah, it's completely different.
January 28th, 86. I didn't remember the date, but I certainly remember the day. Man, we had it was my second radiator shop, and there was a food truck used to come around about 10:15 in the morning. And she came around, and I always go out there. I never eat breakfast, and I go out there and get something. That was my breakfast and my lunch. So I went to have a food truck. She goes, the shuttle just blew up. I'm like, what? Yeah, it blew up. So I bought my food, went inside, turned on the radio, and heard what was going on. Like, man, yeah, I won't forget that one either. I just don't remember the date. Kevin Smith, Dad's new 77 T-Bird didn't have oil return in the head, so they had to replace the engine.
Oops. Forgot something important, didn't they?
95 Sporty, I also had an 82 5.0 Fox that when I was done, was fast. I sure miss it. And I sure like Fox bodies. And that's why I have Fox body car. But I couldn't get the Mustang. It was too
What
expensive.
did the KC stand for on the lights?
KC was the name of the company. The KC Highlighters. Look it up. Maybe it's in there. What's that? Combi from the Wild Thornberries. Maybe you can look that up?
What, the lights?
KC, look up KC Highlighters. That's what they were called. But I don't remember what KC stood for. But I remember KC Highlighters was like, a lot of people were buying those. See,
Yeah,
Pitt says,
are.
the way I learned about the Challenger disasters from my friend Carrie telling our math teacher that he should have been on that mesh. Geez. Oh, yeah, and then she pulled the TV and was devastated. The T-Bird would dump oil right on the ground. That's not good.
Well, yeah, where do they go?
Okay, so KC Highlighters. What does KC stand for? There they are. Maybe that's just the name of the company.
It is, yeah, KC Highlighters.
But I remember everybody back in the day had KC Highlighters, and I used aircraft landing lights, and we used to shine them, and they're about the same.
Boy, the KC Highlights, the original off-road lights adventure. I guess they're still making lots of lights.
What's that one right by my head? What's the one right by my head? Oh, it's also a KC. It's got the reflectors in there. Because, see, I had aircraft landing lights, and they had a little reflector in there. Because if you had the light out on the wing, it kept that light from shining in the pilot's eye if it was a high-wing airplane. So the aircraft ones had a little shield in them. But I didn't care. It didn't make any difference shining down the road. And, of course, it was illegal as hell then. But now those would be dim compared to today's lights.
Tackleberry says the Cyclone is a much more iconic truck than a Toyota from Back to the Future. Those Toyotas are very well loved, but the Cyclone, I think, is probably a more recognizable name for the truck than, if you put them side by side, I think a lot truck aficionados would know them both.
More emails. I'm sorry, I'm not getting to the emails.
Oh, they're the owner's initials, him and his wife, KC. Mike knows these things. KCs were the status symbol. Yeah, that Toyota was all tricked out and all the best candy that you could get on a Toyota truck in the day.
Okay. I'm gonna bring one up.
Shiny black, lifted up, fancy rims, got the light bar with the whole row of lights. It was everything. It was everything. It was like, oh my God, I just won the lottery. But that was like what was supposed to be happening in the movie. He just won the lottery. He got the girl, he got the truck, he everything just completely turned to his major best advantage. I'm going back to your screen.
Okay, this is one the Mexican spec sent in. It's a Mitsubishi, I think from '08. Mitsubishi from '08. That is something we did not get here. That is a Mexican only. I can't find my cursor. So, no, I found it.
Okay.
My cursor.
Why is it so jittery tonight?
My cursor?
Is something wrong with it?
No, I was like trying to find it. I was going, it was on, I got too many screens here. It was on one of the screens and I couldn't find it. Okay. So this is not a truck we got here in the U.S. Wow.
Dougster says KC stands for Peter Kim Brown and his wife, Carol Brown. They started the business in their garage. Both of the people who are giving us information, who gave us the first answer about KC, both of you guys get 2 points for filling us in about the details of the KC lights because thank you for your help.
I wanted to see what the front end looks like, but that's the only one picture of the front end. So I can see half the front end. Mexican spec says it's an '08 Mitsubishi L200 with a diesel engine. I don't like the diesel part of it, but okay.
I don't mind a diesel, but there's lots of different variations.
Every time I spill diesel, I don't like it. Every time I spill diesel on my shoe, I don't like it.
You're not supposed to.
I know, but it happens.
Yeah.
Mike N says that's an oddball looking truck. It's one we didn't get in the U.S. Japanese, I assume, and imported into Mexico. Maybe they make them in Mexico. I don't know. They make a lot of stuff in Mexico. Going back to my email, Kim.
Are you?
I'm trying to find my cursor. Again, I don't know why my cursor's so difficult to find tonight.
Thanks, everybody, for coming out tonight and hanging out with us in the stream.
The newer ones have gasoline engine available. Well, that makes it much better.
Well, now I'm buying one.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Because I ain't got all that kind of money.
Buddy Carfano.
I already have trucks.
Buddy Carfano brought in this.
There you go. That's a nice conversion.
Custom made thing. Maybe you can.
Mustang Amino.
That's actually a pretty cool little truck, Yeah. Although, the tail lights. The tailgate is between the tail lights. Because I remember a wagon that they made similar to this that Ford made, and they actually split the taillights, so some of them were on the tailgate and some of them were on the edge.
That seems like it'd be easy to break. I'm sure it's a super light duty truck. Gotta go easy.
Yeah, it's like a Rancho or an El Camino. It's meant to put a gas can back there or something.
Cute.
Something you want to throw back there just to be outside.
I mean, combining the back seat and the trunk instead of separating it opens up a lot of possibilities. So it's pretty good. I'll bet you those seats are really crammed forward, though.
Oh, Duxter says I'm taking my points and wrapping them up in foil. Like he's headed off to bed. Good night, all. Have a good time. Duxter is out. Okay, Duxter. Thanks for being here. Take care.
Thanks, Dougster. Guys, don't forget to check out Dougster's live stream on Monday night at the Dougster Wolverine Garage. Okay.
Indrek says, Super Next listening to Buffin has all the best stories. She's sick of my stories. She tells me to quit telling stories. Because I get repetitive.
Some days.
I don't remember which ones I told on here, which ones I told her, which ones I told somebody else.
Fine.
Like,
Some days
stuff.
I just
stuff. God bless welders and fabricators. Yeah, and that's Pitt's one of them. Let's see here. Tim says, I like the Mustang wagon. Oh, yeah, you remember that. Maybe you could look that up. 1966, maybe, Mustang station wagon.
Really?
Yeah, it was a thing Ford did, and they showed it around at some car shows, and then that was the end of it. And then there were people that made them too. I'll be able to pick out the one they made real quick when I see the pictures of it. Because I remember it was in Motor Trend magazine. See the one that says car and driver? I think that's it.
This one or this one?
That one. I believe that's the one that Ford did. See, like that white one is not. That's got like a little trunk lid. That's like something somebody did. I don't know what happens if you click on it, if it
This
comes
white
up or
one?
not. No. The one you had. I don't know if you can get more
Oh, if
details.
I click on it, it's going to bring up car and driver.
Oh, yeah, and you don't want to do that. Okay, yeah, because some of the wagons. Oh, there, that one right there. That's the black one that's next to me. That one that says Motor Trend.
Yeah.
That's the picture that was in Motor Trend back in. I think it was December of December '65 edition of Motor Trend. And I remember that edition real well because I had it, and it's the introduction of the Olds Tornado, all the '66 cars and everything. And that picture was in that one. And see the things that are really different. The Mustang back then had the gas filler right in the center of between the taillights. And in this, it says Mustang. Of course, it's a tailgate, so they can't put the filler there. The filler's on the side. And then the taillights, I think, were actually split. So part of them are on the tailgate and part of them were on the rear quarters. But that is the picture from that December 65 issue of Motor Trend. Let's see here.
Hey, Josh, welcome to the stream. Indirect, I didn't say hello, but we did notice your comment.
Josh is here. Josh Holman. They made a nice looking Corvette wagon too.
No, they didn't.
There was some fool that made a bunch of Corvette four doors. It was a third gen. It's like a 60, probably like a 73 or 4 Corvette. Kim, I got to take a cough drop. I'm losing my voice here. You're going to have to take over.
Hey, Main Street Mopar. You've been here? Did you leave and come back? Welcome back.
Or no, we're here so much, we're still here from last week. So we think he's just been here.
The days go so fast. I feel like we were just doing this stream. But I guess we did a lot last week. Last week was jam-packed.
April 14th, 64. They sold it to one early to a teacher. I remember in 56, is the end of 56, my father was buying a 56 Ford wagon. The 57s weren't out yet, but they were really, really close. And the Ford dealer had a basement that had a ramp that went down there. And the salesman, I was almost 3 years old. So I remember the day we bought it, but I don't remember the conversation. My father told me about it afterwards. He said that salesman kept saying, "We got the 57s downstairs. We got the 57 downstairs. If you want a 57, we'll get you a 57." And you know what my father did was he bought the 56 on the clearance sale, So he bought a 56 Ford country sedan that was in stock. Bought it new, but they were trying to get him to go downstairs and buy the 57 that hadn't been introduced yet. So that's probably what they were doing. Going to give it to him early, but probably going to have to pay top dollar for it.
All right. I'm going to show the Corvette wagon.
Oh, are you kidding me? There's actually quite a few of those things made.
But is there a Corvette truck?
Oh, yeah, look at that thing. Corvette Sport Wagon, the one right above your head. With those wraparound windows like your... Oh, that one? Oh, that's actually one that was done by Callaway. I don't know if that's a wagon. That's kind of a weird-looking thing. The one that's... let's see if I can... Yeah, that one.
That's got the Bronco 2...
yeah, that's what I said. It's got the windows kind of like what you like. Or what you don't like or something. I don't know.
Why's my face off the screen here?
I don't know. Why'd we move? Gotta move. Yeah, now Kim's back. She's moving stuff around. She got herself off the edge. Don't fall off the edge. This is for the flat earthers are gonna freak out. Kim fell off the edge.
It's cold out here.
I'm not a flat earther. But clearly, when you look at the sun, you can see it's flat.
Clearly. What was the thing? Did they ever make a Corvette truck?
Oh my God, I hope not.
I'm gonna
Look up four-door Corvette. I never seen a Corvette truck, but what is that? Corvette semi-truck. I've never seen that. Oh, there's a pickup. Oh my God.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh yeah. Tim says they made a Corvette wagon back in the 50s on the Gen 1 body. That's right. Look at, how would you look that up? Corvette Nomad. Because it was a Nomad top looking thing. Yeah, there it is.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, and it's gone. It disappeared. Somehow, I don't remember what the story was, what happened to that. I think they made two of them. But I mean, somebody could redo that. That's a pretty slick look.
54, 56.
That's a pretty slick looking Corvette. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that.
And then oh, there's the four-door Corvette.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that orange one. That's the one I was thinking of, was the orange one.
Yuck.
Yeah, want to take the whole family?
This one has T-tops.
Yeah, two sets of T-tops. Twice as wiggly. There you go. There you go. I guess. I don't know. If I was like if I was like 8 or 9 years old, my father bought that so he could take the family around, I would have loved it. But you know, it is kind of silly. It says that Vet is a C111 rare. You know what a C111 is? That's a Mercedes. You can look that up. And then we'll go on to the next truck. I have all those C111 is. Oh, there's another Corvette four-door. Oh my God, that was a C7 Corvette. C111. That's too many 11s. C111 Mercedes. That thing had a 3-rotor Wankel, and it was fast. And they were supposed to build it, but they didn't build it. It was a concept. Kevin Smith says, Kia of Bedford ads. Talo says, am I late? Yeah, Talo, my opening photo was it was some kind of a ute, but I'm trying to remember which one it was. Anyway, okay. You want to switch back to our pictures of trucks. Main Street Mopar's here. Hey, good evening. The 112 had 4 rotors. I didn't know that. Okay, so here's the next one from Buddy Carafano. A Pinto Ranchero. You can bet back when I had my radio shops, if this had been around, I would have had one. Been perfect delivery car. But the little Pinto vans worked real well for me. Let's see, Kevin Smith. Kindig built an all-aluminum Corvette, won the Riddler Award with it. I didn't know that. Josh Holman says, I've never seen these configurations before. Okay, then I'm going to go and find
See, we show you something. We'll learn you yet.
The next one, which is, oh yeah, Buddy Carfano sent this one in. I had one of these for a while, 57 Ranchero.
Oh, I like that.
That's one of my favorite trucks I ever had.
That's really classy.
It was a 57 with a 292 Y block and a Ford-O-Matic, which is a 2-speed automatic unless you floor it and then it downshifts into first. Otherwise, it starts in second.
This isn't a custom. This one is a real truck that existed. But a lot of them were the ones that we were looking at here in the last 15 minutes or so have been very custom or prototype stuff that never got produced.
You know about airplanes. I had a set of long easy plans. You know what a long easy is? It's a fiberglass airplane. But I'm an aluminum guy, and I never built anything big out of fiberglass. I built small fiberglass stuff. But I thought about building a aluminum, making the aerodynamics the same, to have to do the engineering myself, but design and build an aluminum long easy and then take it to Oshkosh and have it sitting there with all the long easies and it'd be this polished aluminum long easy. But I never did it. I had other projects to do that were more important. Yes, it's a 57 Ford Ranchero. It's like 57 round charge is freaking sexy. Yeah, I like mine. Didn't have that. Mine didn't have that connector between the two bumperettes. In fact, I don't ever remember seeing that before on any of them. That must have been something that maybe it was an option, maybe it was something aftermarket. But mine didn't have that. And the one I had was all white. A Culver's ad. Good place to eat.
Okay, get 2 points. Thanks for telling us about the advertisers paying for extra kilobits tonight. We're running 7,000 kilobits instead of our regular 5. It costs more, but you guys are worth it. Does anybody see an improvement in the video quality of the broadcast tonight, or does it look the same? I'm curious because I made changes and I don't know. It seems like we're not getting any dropped frames or any interruptions in service, so it seems like it's going to work for us. We bumped it up from 720 to 1080p. So we really are doing the most to improve your viewing experience and entertainment. One of these days, we're going to get some real talent in here, aside from me, and I can step away from the being here co-hosting. Let him and someone else with talent do it.
What's the scariest GA accident or situation that you've ever survived? I was fine while it happened, but it was afterwards I got thinking about it.
All right, there he was. Go ahead, tell him all about it. I'm going to be right back.
It was a new airplane, hadn't flown before. It's going down the runway, just lifting up the nose a little bit and taxiing on it. It was a high wing pusher airplane, mid-engine pusher, so the engine's right behind my head. So I'm going down the runway, and I do a couple of these where I'm just rolling along and then setting the nose down. So I give it a little more power, and I just want to get airborne a little bit and check out the ailerons and everything, and then pull the throttle back and set it on the ground. But what happens is, I add a little bit of throttle to do that. I get it off the ground. Big gust of wind comes up, and all of a sudden, whoop, I'm up about 50 feet. Well, that's not where I wanted to be. So okay, I'm too far away from the runway. So I push the stick forward, and the stick's against the stop, but the nose is still up. It's like, uh-oh, you can't do that because you got partial power, and you get the stick against the stop, and the nose is still up. The airplane's going to stall, which doesn't mean the engine quits. It means the airplane quits flying, and it's going to crash, So at that point, I go, okay, I just got to go around. I got to add power. So I give it full power, just climb out and go up somewhere where I'm away from the ground and sort it out and then land. But when I give it full power, because the engine's up above, it pushes the front of the airplane down. It's like, oh, okay. So now I got the stick against the stop, and I'm controlling the pitch by moving the throttle around. And I move it around, push it down, down, down. And I get near the ground, and I start moving back on the power, and clunk, it sets on the ground. It's like, whew, that was a close one. And I roll out and go in, and then we fix where the stop is on the stabilator. So and I didn't think about that much till afterwards. And then I was thinking, that wasn't so good. I don't know. There've been a couple of them like that, I guess. You know what happens when you build an airplane yourself, design it and build it yourself, man, you know everything about that airplane. So when something happens, it's pretty easy to figure out problems pretty quickly when you know the airplane well. Oh, here's one from, I'm downloading pictures from Tavo. I'm sorry, it's hard to read the chat and do this, and Kim left. So, that's from Tavo. What is that? Oh, what is that? A Mustang limousine from down under? Jeez. Understand a prototype built on a 58 chassis. What was that on? Oh, first year of the El Camino. Oh, that El Camino. It's too bad 38 Racing isn't in here because he has a fleet of 59s, 59 Chevys. So he might have one of those somewhere. Okay, let's see. Accidents. Yeah, one time I crashed an airplane in an air show. I landed really hard. I had a big old downdraft, and I was showing off. I was flying it right at the edge of its limits and everything, so I couldn't go any slower. And so then I ended up hitting the ground really hard and broke a landing gear leg in front of, what, 20,000 people or something. Mexican Spec says I missed one of his. You know what, Mexican Spec? I'm not taking everything in order, so I see one here that I haven't done. Actually, I see two of them here I haven't done from you yet, but I'll get to them. And then my stories. What was the other one? Another thing I did stupid one time was in an airplane. It was same thing, high wing pusher aircraft, but I didn't have the wing on it. We were still building the wing, but I was taxiing the fuselage around, and I was taxiing around at the building where we're building it, which is not an airport. So I went out on the road, which is it's like a 2-lane road with no traffic. Maybe a car goes by sometimes, and there were railroad tracks there, but there was there were no gates or lights or anything. There was a yield sign, if you can believe that, at the railroad tracks. So you were just supposed to slow down and look for trains, you know. So anyway, I give it full throttle, and right away I got an airspeed indicator, and just like instantly I'm up to like 70, you know. So quickly, it's scary, you know. So in an airplane, to slow down, I close the throttle, and then I pull the nose up, because when the wing comes up like that, it creates a tremendous amount of drag, and it'll slow you down. But I didn't have a wing on it, so I wasn't thinking about that. So reaction is I just pull the nose up. Well, the nose wheel comes off the ground, and I'm still flying along on the ground at 70 miles an hour. And I can steer it with the rudder because there's air going over the rudder, but I can't slow down. So I stomp on the brakes. Then the nose comes down, but I'm still going too fast. So whoop, over the railroad tracks I go. It's like no train coming. That was a lucky thing. I got it stopped, taxied back really slow back to the shop. And I'm never doing that again. So that was another scary one. But I didn't think about it till afterwards. While it's going on, I'm not really thinking about it. Okay, let's see here. Did Tavo say anything about that one while I was... Yeah, Tavo, I see some stuff here. Let's see. I've got another one. I got a couple more from Mexican Spec that I haven't shown yet. I got a lot of emails, so I'm going through them probably slower than I should, because I'm running on with my mouth instead of showing pictures. Somebody said they like stories, so shouldn't have said that, because then I start telling stories. Okay, this is another one from Mexican Spec.
Vintage Adventurer Drives is officially here. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you.
This is another one from Mexican Spec. It is a 2025 Max. You're going to have to tell about this one. Is this one Chinese as well, or do they make this in Mexico, or what's the deal? Oh, it's an S10 Max. It's an S10 Max. Man, look at how far forward that wheel is on the bed. It's all the way at the front of the bed, because it's a short truck, but The wheel looks like it's really far forward, but I guess that's normal. That's pretty simple looking for a newer truck. No screens, and a manual
Yeah,
transmission.
where are the screens?
No, it's
I
a.
would never drive a truck without screens. Ew. Ew.
Well, you had a Spitfire with screens. It had it had window screens with Bondo packed over the window screens, and that's what they made the body out of. That's just fugly. I don't know. I don't think that's so bad, but it is a new truck. Okay, so now I'm going back to the my emails, and NextSpec has another one here that I'm gonna download. So it takes me a few seconds to download these, because if I download them all at once, it turns it into a what do you call those files? Pain in the ass file. So turns into a zip file, and I don't want to do that. What is this one? Kim Stories. Okay, what is this? Mexican Spec. This is an 87 Toyota. Is this a for sale one?
I don't know, but that looks just like the Back to the Future. Someone did it
Oh,
up to look just like it.
yeah, it's a nice looking
All
truck.
tricked out with all the candy you could get for that truck that year. Like it's got all the stuff.
I remember driving these around.
It's
I
even
remember
got a
that
stick
dash.
shift, 4-wheel drive, so you can take it up to the lake. Good times.
So Mexican Spec, is this available?
I can't buy that.
Oh, it is for sale in Mexico. Okay, so for those of you that might want a truck like this, it's available in Mexico, and Mexican Spec can get that to you.
It looks done up right, just like you remember.
And he knows how to get the stuff into the U.S. And that's a year that can be done. It's old enough that just has to be over 25 years old to come into the U.S. So, and unless you're in California, I don't think you need to meet the smog requirements anymore. You know, the emissions. In California, we call smog, but emissions requirements. I think that's the case. Mexican Spec can get you all straightened out on that one. Okay, let's see here. What's this? Buddy Carfano sent in another one that's sounds interesting, but Kim, look at this. Look at this. This is crazy.
Oh, it's a dart with a little portal window made out to
Who
be a
who
ute.
did that? I think sadly it's ugly.
It is. The 4-door conversion
Well,
doesn't work.
and look at what they did to the grill, because the 63 grill is such a good looking grill. But I don't know. They did all the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an odd one, isn't it? Can I push on?
Well, that's not a road toad. The road toads are earlier than 63.
Yeah, Road Toad's earlier than that. 62 and earlier. Let's see. And then this is another one from Tavo. Oh, this is crazy. More down under pictures. Okay, see, that looks like a dart on the front, except it's got a different grill. But
Yeah.
it wasn't called a dart down there, I don't think. It's a VE Valiant Ute. Oh, Ari's here. Hey, how you doing?
Hello, Ari.
Back to the Future. Yeah, if you want that truck, you can get it from Mexican Spec. Oh, and this is one. What is that? It says untitled. Okay,
Look at the size of that camper.
You think they have a big enough camper in that little truck?
Can you imagine the wind? This is the drive that wall down the highway like that. Man.
Get a big crosswind of that and see how you like it.
Oh, good Lord. Can you imagine the wind too?
But
God.
I like the truck.
It's okay. What kind of truck is that?
It's a Valiant of some sort.
Oh, okay.
See, it's a Ute like that thing I want to build. Only it's newer.
It is newer, yeah.
He says it's 71, so it's not actually newer.
Really? It
But
doesn't
the
look
front
like a
end,
71.
they use different sheet metal, in the front.
Interesting.
It says that thing corners like a building. It is.
Wow.
Okay, then somewhere in here.
Someone made some choices in this particular picture.
Where was it?
You think they left that thing on there and drove that all around? Or you think they put it on there once and then learned a lesson?
I'm going to put up the picture that I opened with that Talo missed, but that was my opening picture tonight. And it's a down under.
Mm-hmm.
I think it says RT there on the side. It's just an interesting Ute. So I'm going to close that again because that's what I opened with, but that's what we're on now. '71 Valiant Town and Country Ute with a Millard camper. Wow.
There it is. It says it right there. Millard. Wow. It's got the old arse crank out RV windows.
Look at those adapters. Man. Look at the adapters on the side where the turnbuckles go.
Yeah.
To hold that on there.
Dang.
Man. Tell says that red one is a 73 to 75 Valiant based Dodge Ute. Did they actually have Dodges there? I didn't think a Dodge was something they had there. I'm going to pop it back up again. That is a Dodge. Could be. It says RT on the side, I think. I don't know. I think that's pretty good.
The front grills are really different on those cars than they were on the U.S. models.
Yep. Well, they had to have so much Australian content or something. What is this? Ari says, I ended up doing the calibration myself and clearing the code, but it pissed me off. They got paid for my work. The hubcaps look Maverick-like. Oh, they do. They sure do. Oh, Vintage is here. How you doing? Probably back from a call. Let's see. There's a 71 El Camino on my dad's land. It's been sitting for decades. I want to take it, do an altered wheelbase, and put an LA Mopar in it. In an El Camino? I want to call a car LA Camino. Man, I know where there's a 71 El Camino for sale, but it's got rust underneath that's like creeping up into the A-pillars and stuff. It looks really nice because he repainted it, but I know what's under there. And it's a 6-cylinder, 3-speed. That's the way it was. But it's a 71. I'm speaking from the passenger seat of an 88 Fleetwood RV. I'm quite familiar with driving a building. That's how a base model stripper Ute was badge Dodge. I didn't know that. I didn't know they had anything badge Dodge. See, that's what a dummy I am. Valiant with every conceivable luxury removed. So here the Dodge was an upscale car, and there a Dodge was the other direction. That's sort of interesting. Oh, Vintage says, actually not working tonight. Mexican Spec says, Buff, you can't talk about mixing engines. Boy, 245-inch sixer. Why not? You know, you can put engines in. It's just like an airplane. You can put any engine you want. Oh, Kevin Smith. I need to go play nursemaid.
Good night,
The
Kevin.
warden
See
needs
you
me.
later.
Okay, take care of the warden. Dean Stevenson, hemi-headed, but partly polyspheric, really. Yeah, they are. They're kind of a light hemi, aren't they? But they're still a pretty interesting engine. We just think it was all the R&D and everything was done here, and then they took it to Australia and finished it up down there, and we never got it. It's kind of weird. I think it was meant to be an engine for the pickup trucks or something, but we never got it. Polly wants a what? RT. Ruthless, toothless. You know what RT really means?
Racetrack, rally track,
Road and track. That my brother and stepdad got into El Caminos when bro was in high school and I was in the Navy. Flogged that Camino when I was home on leave. It was the softest THD. Oh, probably THM. Turbohydromatic 350 slush box that I ever felt. You can make those things work really well. Vintage says, Kim, what did you think of the burnouts of my Scamp video? Did you watch them? Or did you not get there yet?
I watched him driving it around. Burnouts. Oh, he just drove over there with his motorcycle to show the patches that he left on the street, I think. Did I get this wrong, Vintage? Did you go back and do burnouts later in the video and I missed it? I don't know. To keep up with all the content people have been putting out, a lot of times we're watching videos in double speed. Like, you change it to the speed to > 2.
Oh,
And people are like,
in her room, I walk by the door of her room and I hear, and she's in there watching videos so she can pack more of them.
And I'm like, scanning to see where the action happens. So sometimes I do miss parts. I'll go back, though. If I missed something really good, let me know. I've seen a couple burnouts. I watch a lot of, automotive stuff. I've seen a lot of burnouts. So I'm trying to think. Who did I don't remember seeing burnouts. Anyways, you guys should check out Vintage Adventure Drives. He's got his car running, and it sounds really good. And he's taken it out a bunch of times, and he's making progress. I did a good burnout while the camera was looking forward. You commented about how you wanted to see the tack and know how fast it was splinting. I plan to get a proper burnout video soon. Okay, that's why I was, because from the sound, just from listening, it sounds like you're short shifting. Like you're revving up to like 3,000 and then just shifting into the next gear, which is fine if you're just rolling through the neighborhood and you don't want to bother, anybody and you want to just get there. But like, I want to hear a good like, wah, bang, wah, bang. Like, I want to hear it, but that's just, if you're showing off, then show off. Yeah, I want to see it.
Can you make that fill in more of the screen?
No, that's it. The whole screen is full.
Tabo, we also had the Plymouth Fury from 65 to 72 badges,
Like
Dodge
that?
Phoenix. Yeah, I just want to make it bigger.
What is that? Studebaker.
Yeah, notice the front looks just like a
It's
Studebaker.
a Studebaker.
Looks like a Studebaker Lark, except it's got a different grill. And you remember I was showing you how the bumper, where the ridges are for the bumper, where we hung the No Name Nationals sign?
Yes.
And on the pickup, they moved the bumper down so it's in the right place. So it doesn't fit the bumper doesn't fit the place for the bumper.
It doesn't match or anything.
No, but they did that.
Stuck a bumper.
They just stuck it on there.
They're like, we need a bumper. What should we put here?
And they used Lark front fenders and hood and headlights and that little grill there. But it was a pickup. I love those things. I'd like to find one, but those things they're just to the point where you can't find them. Every once in a while I see one for sale and they're rough. Hey, Lot Burns, haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Lot Burns, You know that 318 that's in my van? It's
Hello,
not.
Mr. Burns.
It's not running in my van. It's just still in my van.
It's hidden
It's
in the
hidden there
van.
all clean and it's nice.
It's dry
So-
storage. It's excellent.
So we're
The
gonna.
van is earning its keep just by looking after that motor.
We've been talking about putting it together, but you know how talking is. We don't get it done because we're doing other things. But yeah, I got plans for that thing. Next inspect, a teacher at my high school drove a Studebaker truck. Next door to me, when I was like probably kindergarten or first grade, probably first grade, there was a family next door to us, and the father worked for the city, and the city had Studebaker trucks. Looked just like this, except they were like a funny city orange looking color, and they had sticker on the doors, had the name of the town. And I remember I was walking home one day, and he stopped. "You want to ride?" And I jumped in that truck, and it was brand new Studebaker truck. Still smelled new inside, and he drove me down there and dropped me off at my house. So I got to ride in one. It was probably 61, and it was new. It was pretty cool. So I remember it. I remember him well, but that's probably the only time I've ever been in one. I don't know. I may have worked on one at some point, but I really don't remember. But I do remember that day. Dean, a stock 245 one-barrel VH Valiant U with 3 in a tree column shift was really quick. Had 165 horsepower gross and 235 pounds for 72. Okay, so gross. So I wonder what it was. Oh, gross. That's like our brake horsepower. Yeah, it's like a small V8. Danny Boyd, a gas station in my hometown had one as their shop truck. It was older than this one. It had dual stacks rising up behind the cab with rain caps. So those caps that go the exhaust, it pushes them up for the exhaust to go out, but it doesn't allow the rain to go in.
I need one of those for the little skid loader. Right now, it's got a coffee can to keep the rain out.
Oh, and the reason I'm talking a lot, Burns, about the 318 is I got a 318 from it. It's all apart. It's beautiful. All the pieces are really nice, but
Yeah, all the machine work's done. It's
and
ready to assemble.
it looks like he said he had kids that he taught him how to put it together, but they didn't have rings on the pistons or something. So it's been like together and apart, but it's all there. It looks really good, and yeah, it's good to see you here. So can you look up like 1958? They're talking about this body style before this. So if you look up like 1958 Studebaker pickup, you'll probably find it. There was a name for those, but that's good enough. I'm sure they'll figure it out. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Yep. That's what the body looked like before they put the Lark front end on it. Yeah, those things. I remember seeing those around, but I don't think I've ever been in one. Studebaker had some good stuff, some really cool stuff, but they're just, it's been a long time. Hard to find that stuff now. What's this? Louise says, it's ugly, but very weird. I'm not sure which she's talking about. The Studebaker, probably. Dan says, I've been staying inside, avoiding the heat. I discoed my heater hose. Discoed my heater hoses today and bypassed the core. Oh, disconnected. Okay. Heater box is ready to come out. Dean Stevens says the optional 340 and 360 were great in an SE or XL Charger. Oh, the Chargers look good. Cops had a few. Really nice having only 3,200 pounds to drag around. Down under, you guys got really good looking Falcons after our Falcons were done, and you got really good looking Chargers. And I don't know why we didn't get any of that stuff. It's really good stuff. The one thing we did get from down under that was really cool was the what'd you call it? The Monaro that ended up here at GTO, like in 03, 04 in there. Those were, it's kind of a small car. it had a Corvette engine in it. You know, a Corvette LS engine in them. Those things were great. Hotburn says, "Play it safe." He's talking to Mexican. Play it safe and eat more bacon. And Mexican Spec says, "I am on a diet. Bacon isn't on it, sadly." Yeah, I got carried away with my diet, eating like some cookies that Kim had. It really messed me up. I can't do that. I'm looking at cookies sitting there going, can't eat them. Can't eat them. Mexican Spec says the GTO cool. That's an opinion. Oh, I think it was great at the time. That's like 20 years ago now, 21 years ago. And yeah, I liked those things. I thought those were all right. But, it's a new car that's got all the electronics. So I don't know if I like that so much, but I like the size of the car with that Corvette engine in it. And it didn't look like a GTO. I wish they would have just left the Monaro name on it, because then it would have been cool. But they put GTO on it. So. Bernstein is cooling off down there. Brian from Australia, Adelaide, just got here in time for Chrysler's at Carlisle. Ah, got friends from Australia.
Danny
Yeah.
Boyd says he's never been into 4-wheel drive stuff, but he wants a Highboy F250, so that's why I brought these up, because that's a truck. That's a man's truck, a manly man's truck, right? That's what.
That's 78. I like the grill on that one.
Who's the guy with the gun that says "Get off my lawn"? This is the kind of truck that he could drive if he didn't drive a Torino or whatever he drives. If he was going to drive a truck, he would drive one of these.
Oh, Pitt says, I love every L6. As a kid, I'd yank them out, throw them on an axle, add a lever clutch, and sell them as irrigation power units. That paid for my 400 small block to my 73 Nova SS. Man, I bet that was a car. You know what they used to run out in California a lot of times, and I know this because I fixed radiators for them. They take old Lincoln, like 430s or 462 Lincolns, and you see them out in the fields running with a pump, an irrigation pump on them. And I remember seeing those Lincoln engines sitting there just running like some kind of governor on them, you know, they're running hard, and they get stuff all into the radiator, crap, leaves and dirt and stuff, and they bring them into me, and they'd be in a hurry because their fields are going to dry out. In Southern California, not enough rain, gotta have the irrigation going. But I remember those Lincoln engines out there. I don't remember any 6-cylinders. Harry says, I've been doing tomato slices in bacon grease past couple of mornings. Man, I never tried that. We got to try that. Tomato slices in bacon grease? You ever done that, Kim? Kim's not paying attention to me.
I've never done that.
Louis says 78 Ford F-250 was so awesome. I like the front end on the 78. I really like the front end on the 78. Patrick says Clint Eastwood or Yosemite Sam. Danny Boyd, Oval Grill is 78, 79, and High Boys ended in 77.
I didn't realize that. See, they learn new things.
I like the looks of the 78, 79. I love that grill. He calls it the Oval Grill. I never thought that was oval, but I guess that's probably the lingo for it. I just think that's a good looking truck.
I like the grill that has the split in the middle. This is my favorite.
You know who has one of those? You know who has one of those, the ones they call the Oval Grill? Can't think of her name. What's her name?
Katarina?
No.
Diesel Queen?
Can't remember. I'll think of it like when it doesn't matter anymore.
Apparently.
You know who she is. She's the one that got the carburetor for her birthday or for Christmas. This is the best present I ever got.
Oh, Junkyard Diggs's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mook.
Mook, yeah, Mook. Mook has one of those trucks with they call it the Oval Grill.
Mook Diggs.
Mook Diggs, yeah. Dean Stevenson, winter down here is so mild. it only gets down to, it's gone. His chat's gone, and I wanted to see it.
Okay.
Just scrolled by so fast. I started at the middle of the page, and it slid by. DC, the winter down here is so mild, it only gets down to minus 14.08. That's like 58 degrees here. Oh, Fahrenheit. Oh, minus 1408 Fahrenheit? Once every 100 years at below the snow level of 1,000 feet here. It's balmy compared to other countries. Yeah, I guess so. So that was actually Fahrenheit already. I was trying to convert it to Fahrenheit, but it was already Fahrenheit.
Pit Snipe is clairvoyant.
Let's see.
Well done, Pit.
Mexican Spec says, Harry, true. My last blood test had all my cholesterol off the charts. Oh, my son said I should be dead. So I've been working on that. Working on death or working on the cholesterol?
The good cholesterol or the bad cholesterol?
I can't believe the way I eat. My cholesterol's all good. My triglycerides were high, but I got that under control now.
We're all just doing our best.
Dean says, try a nice cigar once a month, Harry. Pit, you clairvoyant? I'm twisting one.
Danny Boyd hopes that alcohol helps with the cholesterols. I don't know that there's any science, but yeah, keep on experimenting, Danny Boyd. It does relax your arteries, so perhaps it is good for, if they're already clogged, at least it gives you a little better flow rating. Improves
hopefully
blood
alcohol.
flow.
Well, I'm seeing this thing about the alcohol. Man, you know what? Was it last night? No, it was the night before. It was the night before. I had a glass of wine. I had some wine that I made a long time ago. In the back of the refrigerator, I pull this jar out, and there's like one glass of wine in it, and then the sediment in the bottom. So I ran it through a coffee filter, and I had one glass of wine that I made.
It smelled nice.
I made it in 2021. So it's been in there for a while, and it was okay. And I made it out of I think I made it out of cranberry juice. But I haven't made any wine in a long time.
I didn't try it.
She didn't try. She didn't drink, you know.
I don't
so
drink
she
any
smelled
alcohol.
it.
So.
She smelled it. But I sat there and I sipped it while I was looking at some videos, and I went to sleep. And you know what? I didn't feel bad the next day. I was afraid I was going to really feel bad the next day, but I was okay. Tawa just sent another hold and exported to the U.S. Okay, I'm going to look at that. So
drinking a Coke doesn't give you diabetes.
Well, it's okay. I got a lot of stuff here. Who is
if
this?
you have diabetes,
well, this is vintage.
Drinking Coke
I'll get to
you
these.
Sick, but
I got many to get to. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention for a couple minutes. Vintage.
Long says we're the last generation. Oh, there he is.
Vintage.
Oh, he's got his kitties. It was cute. You were showing all the kitties while you were working. They wanted to come and get pets. Man, that thing sounds very tinny. He's got no interior in that car. He's just got a racing seat and nothing else. The rest of the car is like gutted. But I think he's got a big block Dodge in there. And it sounds
Blackbird's carnivore and keto diet for me. And I'm Buddy Carfon, I drink Arizona iced tea. I drink so much Arizona. What is the Arizona iced tea? I drink the Arizona green tea. Mm-hmm. Green tea with I don't know, big jug of stuff. I drink that stuff. Keto diet for me. I do eat some meat. I eat meat. Not a lot. I eat more vegetables.
Is that high impact beige? Hopefully there's no impact. The car doesn't impact into anything. Vintage Adventurer weighed his car. It weighs 2,860 pounds despite the 400. Oh, it's a 400 big block Dodge under the hood. 2,860 with the motor. That's pretty light. It ought to get it. It ought to really get there. Did you put a good curve on that distributor yet? I haven't been keeping up with everything you've done, Vintage. So, but I'll try and watch some more. If you guys haven't checked out Vintage Adventurer Drives, Click away from us. You've seen us. You don't care about us. Go check out his channel. Throw him some love. Watch some of his videos. Catch up with his project. He has cute kitties and Mopars and some other cars. Arizona Tea is the most American company. They've got some good PR.
Okay. This is from Tavo. I'm almost there.
The distributor is all in by about 1500 RPM. Oh, wow. It's like right now.
Is this one you said we got, this is a,
what is that, a Chevy?
that's a down under car that ended up here?
Malibu.
It could be. It could be. Where'd he write that?
It looks like a Chevy Malibu.
I don't know. It's probably already scrolled up. That could be a, because those things are all over the place. And, man, there was one in Maryland that was a former police car, and the guy was next to me. And he had wheels on it that looked right, and it sounded so good. And he had his windows down. I rolled my window down. And I said, hey, what you got in that? And he told me what it was. I don't know. It was an LS of some sort. And I said, man, that thing sounds good.
Chevy no longer had a suitable rear-wheel drive platform. Yeah, those were front-wheel drive cars.
So that was a Holden. Okay.
That looks like a front-wheel drive Chevy Malibu.
But it's not. It's a rear drive.
From the late 90s, or from the early 2000s,
I've
maybe?
seen these things around. They look like front drivers, but they're not. And
No.
I didn't understand they were Holdens. Okay. That makes sense.
I know you're saying it's Caprice, but it's a Chevy Malibu. The Caprice was a different car. It was a different car. It looked different.
They might have.
This was a Malibu in the United States.
Well, the Malibu looked like that.
I don't care what you say. That's not a Caprice. I know Caprice, and that is not a Caprice. Caprice had a much bigger arse end.
Well, now I understand it because we have Malibus that look just like that or very similar. And then I'd see these things with a dual exhaust, and they sounded like they were V8s and obviously rear drivers. And I didn't understand why there were two, the body styles looked the same and they were so different. Now I understand.
Mexican Spec says he's taking a pill to reduce that, and some people might take a pill to enlarge that. One pill makes you larger, one pill makes you small.
All right.
Right? Like the song says. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God. Did we say that on this channel?
I don't think you can imply what you will. I think we're just MSG is fake salt and it is addictive. Yes. I am very careful to limit how much MSG we use because it tastes so good that you have to have more of it. It makes you eat when you're not hungry, and you'll overeat because you just want to keep tasting it, and it's not good for you.
See what you started?
What?
Mexican
Did I start it? Sorry.
Mexican Spec. Look what he wrote. Down near the bottom.
Do I have that image in your... No, I just have the sound of the song, of the musical rendition of the... Who is that did that song? I'll give points for that.
Monosodium glutamate.
Yeah, that's a little bit... They put that in like rice meals with Worcestershire sauce, not Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce and stuff like that. Yeah, MSG. I know, it's very flavorful. My grandmother, okay, when I was younger and I lived with my grandmother for a little while because she was old and it was better that she didn't live alone. She had a container, one of those tall spice containers with the white label, generic, and it just, in big, bold letters, it just said MSG. Big, like tall, like letters like this tall. That's all. That just is MSG. Black and white.
We have a big old shaker in there.
Big shaker container.
It's mostly MSG. It's labeled as something else, but it's mostly.
You know who wasn't here tonight?
Yeah, I know, because we were showing 59 Chevys.
38 Racing. Yeah.
38 Racing. Please don't break those. You're shaking them. shaking them up.
Okay.
I guess you can't hurt them.
I'm sorry. You could go back to whatever you were saying. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm showing this picture from Buddy Carfano of this Little Red
Oh,
Express.
Little Red Express. Oh, that's an excellent truck. Wasn't just Mopar Joe rebuilding? He was porting a set of heads for Little Red Express. Those were fast. In '79, those were very desirable. What's wrong?
You see some Malibus with LS4s or front drive. Oh yeah, I want you to look at Mean Street Mopars there that you just scrolled over.
Mean Street Mopar says, I'm guessing the 360 going in his Diplomat will make 420 horsepower. Magnum RT heads, M1 intake. It would make more. I don't know what camshaft you've got, but in 420 horsepower out of a 360, M1 intake and RT heads, I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's enough to get the 420 horsepower. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. But I don't know. I don't know if you're going to get much over 300. What's wrong?
Well, because once you go back, you rarely ever go back.
I got to go back and look at your build. Because it's going to be hard to get the 420 horsepower. 8 miles to the gallon out of Thermoquad 4-barrel on the Little Red Express. 8 miles a gallon. Ouch.
Can you make this bigger somehow?
No. And I refuse to because it's hideous. No.
I'll have to reach over and grab your mouse.
He bets he can get it.
Man, we got a new mouse in the shop. Probably the friend of the last
That made
mouse.
it smaller. Swear to goodness.
I don't know how you make stuff, how to make that work. But somebody did this. Do it yourself pickup. I don't know. Interesting, I guess.
I mean, it would be a useful pickup truck. You can't see what they did behind the cab, like how they closed it in. 79 was not a very powerful year. Yeah, they struggled to really get the horsepower out of vehicles that year.
Patrick Sullivan's here.
Danny Boyd says the Little Express truck was faster than a Corvette, at least for 1 year. It was the fastest American vehicle in 78 or 79. Yeah, they made it into a truck because you really weren't allowed to put the way they had it set up in a car. The emission standards were different for trucks from cars, so they took advantage to squeak in that performance.
Here we go. Another one from Buddy Carfano.
Kevin Nelson just got an ad that blocked the comments section. Is that a new thing? It is.
I have heard that, and I haven't seen it yet.
It's obnoxious. I hope they do away with it right away. I don't know how to keep that from happening. I think it's going to be toxic if they start doing that all the time. It's going to be toxic for live streams.
And it says Kay
because
Nelson.
People come here to participate in the chat.
And welcome, Kay Nelson, by the way. She didn't say welcome, I don't think, but welcome.
But I had that happen to me one time. It doesn't happen all the time. If it starts happening all the time, please tell us about it. We'll see. If we have to, we'll shut the advertisements off. If they start doing that to our people, we can't have that happen. We'll shut the advertising off completely. They cannot do that. A 10-second ad break is nothing compared to blocking out the chat completely for 30 seconds. That's what they did to me that one night.
Did they?
I was like, yeah, the first time I'd ever seen that.
I haven't seen it yet.
And I hadn't seen it since, so I didn't know what was happening. Thank you for informing us. If it starts happening, we'll shut the... How much money do we make on a live stream?
I don't know.
Nearly nothing.
I don't know. We'll play it by ear. See what happens.
I'll turn it off. I will. I swear I'll do it.
Can we talk about the car?
No, I don't want to talk about the car. All right. What's the car?
Hippie Long. Welcome.
What
On
is
El
the
Camino,
car?
Central California is the place to find them.
That's not a El Camino. I swear that's like a Nova or Malibu or something. El Camino's like a truck.
I like those. That's a 70.
Yeah, that's got the fancy paint job on it. Looks real good.
SS 396, I think, or
Yeah.
SS, I don't know.
SS,
It's 70, maybe it's a 454.
SS badging. It doesn't say what it is. Shiny chrome.
What is this? Dean
weird
Stevenson, a
quality.
396 and a Fox body. Mexican Spec's not going to like that. Kay Nelson says, I'm on an iPad. Well, maybe that's why. It has something to do with that. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Who knows? Pitt says, I don't see ads. I owe y'all. Oh, here's the deal. It depends on why you don't see them. If you are a YouTube premium member, we do get a small piece of that. So you are paying your way. I'm a YouTube premium member. So I don't see ads and she sees the ads. But so I pay for that. So if you pay for that, all right. If you got some kind of aftermarket ad blocker, that's not cool. Oh, Olive's back. Okay, then Tavo sent a picture of this, which is a Holden. Oh, can you back? I got that way small. Something's goofed up over there. Yeah. Okay. So that's a Holden Caprice.
That's a Cadillac.
That's the one you just said was a Malibu and it had the police car stuff on it.
No, that's different.
So
That's different.
says we did get one
Don't
Malibu.
try and lie to me. That's a Cadillac.
We did get one model Malibu down here early 2000s, absolute BOS, that took about 3 years to sell the small number imported in each batch. Okay, so they imported them. Didn't build them there.
That's a Cadillac Cimarron.
Oh, come on. No. I just what's those things called? Cicada? Those noisy things?
Oh, they're scream. Those are the bugs that scream. Whee! They're horrible.
I remember last year, it'd been a long time since we'd had them, and
Tony
Tony
says it's exactly the same car. It has different wheels and it doesn't have cop lights on it. How can it be the same car?
and the logo on the trunk's different. But
Yeah.
what was the Holden? It was the four-door, really boxy, square-looking, low-wide car. It may have been a Caprice. I don't remember what it was, but it was like back in man. Kim can look that up.
What?
The Holden that Kay Nelson says, look up Holden GTS Maloo 2007 Maloo MALOO. I don't remember. I lost track of what I was saying.
Good one. Get this horrendous Cadillac off the screen. Ugh.
Oh yeah, okay, those things. That was supposed to be imported to the U.S. as a either a Pontiac, some kind of El Camino like stuff, or a Chevrolet El Camino, but the whole deal fell through, sadly, because I was looking forward to that, but we didn't get it. Okay, Tavo says WB Caprice, WB Caprice. It could be. We're going to look that up after we look at this. Pitt says the Holden Lump with the 5.6 LS1-ish. I don't know, those things. I was looking forward to a new El Camino again, and it didn't happen. And especially coming from down under, the Holden stuff was pretty nice stuff. Kim, Google Holden WB Caprice. WB Caprice. Yeah. Yeah, were those things any good? I always like the way they look. That red one there has kind of a weird looking grill. Some of them had a different, didn't have that chrome around the grill like a Cadillac. I'm ducking down trying to make Kim's head go down. Like the red one behind my head, maybe it doesn't have as much chrome around the grill. Yeah, are those things worth a darn? G8s can tear it up at a street takeover. You know, G8s they were pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested how those things really were. Because I thought that'd be a decent car, but then, oh, somebody made one into a truck right behind me. No. Oh, maybe. Oh, it was right behind me before you clicked on whatever you clicked on.
It's over here.
No, that isn't the one I was looking at. I was looking at a green one. Right behind me, that one. What is that? Oh, same thing. 1-tonner. Is that real or did somebody do that? Maybe somebody did that. I don't know if that's a factory thing or not. Louise says, yarn, Rugrats go wild, please. No, we don't do Rugrats. Hippie Long Elks, El Caminos, I think, and Rancheros had serious rot issues behind the seats, under the bed, rear windows. Huh. Well, see, I lived in the part of the world that everything had rot. Who is this?
Hey, Mike. Welcome to
Mike.
the stream.
Dean says, excellent performance, excellent noise, vibration, harshness, suppression. I was just wondering if those were decent cars or not, because they look kind of good. I don't know, it was back in that time when everything was more square and boxy, kind of like the Fox body, the Fairmonts, Zephyrs, which I kind of like those cars too. But I always thought this was a good looking car.
Okay, they're aftermarket Mopar performance heads. 510 with a 110 LSA cam. I don't know cams well enough to know what that is. 10.5 to 1 compression. I mean, you got some good specs. I look forward to hearing it run, and maybe seeing it. If you're good, you're headed to No Name Nationals with it once it's done. I mean, yeah, let's see it. Good deal.
Danny Boyd says, near Southwest Ohio. I don't know who he's talking to. It's like, nope.
A Buick Riviera? Yes, it does Mexican spec. I agree. That's a pimpin' green car. Yeah.
It's had a panhard rod and 5-link rear suspension. Really? And vintage got a Granger ad. Tavo, that Caprice was an evolution of the 1971 Holden mainstream car platform. Hippie Long, Google ad, workspace. Buddy Carfano, Zip Recruiter ad.
2 points for people calling out advertisements.
And then Dean Stevenson said they had very good brakes. They just didn't get them here. It's crazy. They wouldn't have brought that up here because it would have competed with things that we had, I guess.
I drove the truck into my backyard before, though. I've gotten trucks stuck in the grass on the level ground. They were just so not off-road capable. I have a couple vehicles that'll go in the off-road now, though.
Okay, now the question of the night. We've been here for a little over 3 hours. Is that right? Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So I want to know what we should. This week's subject was pretty good. Trucks. So we went all the pickups and the trucks and everything. I like that subject. So what do we want to do for the subject next week? The week before we did engines. I thought that was going to just be no good. But that was a good one. So we did engines, and this week trucks. So,
How'd we do with the photos? Did we get through all the emails?
oh, I don't know. I'm gonna look
Thanks
and see.
everybody for sending emails with pictures,
Let me see what we
especially
got.
people who sent their own personal
Oh,
projects.
there's more. There's more. They're just coming in now.
Is it? There's just a couple of quick ones, maybe.
This came
huh?
from Vintage. Let me see what Vintage has.
Okay, but we're looking for suggestions for next week. Can we get some?
Okay, what is this Vintage? Oh,
Buddy Carafano suggests station wagons.
that's
We do love station wagons.
El Camino with altered wheelbase.
they
Oh,
can't see it.
you didn't put me up there. El Camino with an altered wheelbase. I expect that's probably a Photoshop job because you can see the chrome behind the wheels is a Photoshop job. But I guess somebody would like that. I don't know. I guess for racing it might be put the weight over the wheels better.
What's that, like an 8-foot bed?
See, Hippie Long says, how about actual cars for sale with actual prices? Kim always wants to do that.
I do.
You always want to go into
Marketplace.
Marketplace
I
and
kind of
look the
haven't
stuff.
done that the last couple of weeks. We've been so busy that we
If you want, we
filled
could
3 hours.
if
and
you
then
want, we
don't
could do
even
that, and that would also work in well with Mexican Spec because he has actual cars. I don't know if he'll put up prices. You can go into his website and look, but he has actual cars that are for sale. It's pretty good. WF Mike, oh, we can send in our own rides. That's always send in your own
It's
pictures.
always a topic. If people
no
can
matter
send
what,
in,
no matter what the topic is, you're welcome to send in pictures of your own cars. We'll show them, and it's more than your own cars, your own shop, pictures of you with your own car, pictures of you in your shop, your dog, whatever, but your stuff. I mean,
Hippie Lung says no price, no post. He's trying to get Mexican Spec to give prices. He likes it when Mexican Spec tells him how much.
Has a marketing plan, I'll call it, and he has places you can go look at prices. And I go to his Instagram because his Instagram is the best Instagram on Instagram. I'm not kidding. He's really got it organized well. It's as good as it gets. So if you want to see all his cars, even if you don't do Instagram, go do Instagram just so you can go to see his stuff. So yeah, we can look at, if we're going to look at Marketplace, we can look at a lot of stuff.
Mike, we've done goofy Marketplace cars before, and like we'll do it again, but like it's too soon to circle back to that.
Well, although they'll show up. Oh, here we go. This is Buddy Carfano sent this. This is the last one I want to show.
If you find one though, take a screenshot and save it because we'll come back and do that before long again.
Okay, but there are goofy ones on Marketplace
all the time. He's got a folder full of goofy
the ones from Marketplace. You know, the ready for restoration. You see like a pile of rust on the ground with something that looks maybe like it was a car at one time. You know, it's be like $25,000. You know, it's like, what do you think?
Long don't like to see products with no prices.
Oh, I'm the same way. But like I said, Mexican Spec has his way of doing things. I can calculate price, but it could change with the exchange rate.
Right,
yeah, of course.
He's got to calculate for exchange rate. And the way that he is doing his business, if you find something that you like, it's just not the... It doesn't make sense for him to just list prices because the market fluctuates in such a way.
Now, I got another question for those of you like down under, like New Zealand and Australia. You know, up here, Marketplace has really become the place to look for cars for sale. I don't know what you do down under. Do you have Marketplace, like Facebook Marketplace there, or what's the go-to place to look for used cars? And
Maximus Garage says Pole Barn Garage Crackhead Marketplace. Yeah. Before Pole Barn Garage got big, we met Pole Barn Garage at the first No Name Nationals, and
oh yeah,
I was in his chats and stuff like that, and we talked about how it would be funny to do a marketplace finds kind of thing, and he developed it into Crackheads of Marketplace. Like, it's not a uniquely Pole Barn Garage thing, but it is fun when he does the Crackheads of Marketplace. I like it.
Okay, Raw Dog's here. I want to say hello. Oh, it's the 50. I'm trying to read everything from both.
And that,
And Raw Dog,
honestly, that is Crackheads of Marketplace is the original concept that I had before we ever started streaming for the green screen. That was what I pitched to him. We could do a thing where we bring up cars on Marketplace and talk about it. He
and I
didn't
didn't
want
want
to
to
do
do it. I didn't want to
Marketplace.
do it. I didn't want to sit there and just.
Eventually, it evolved into what we do now, which is we do sometimes. For a very long time, he didn't want to do Marketplace, and I brought it back a little bit, but it's fun to do sometimes, but it's impractical in some ways. So
Subaru.
it's a nice little Subaru truck. Oh, we didn't even talk about the Kai trucks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
Did we decide what we're doing next week?
No, I think what we're going to do, what
Buddy
we're talking about,
Carvano said we should do wagons.
wagons, man.
You don't want to do wagons?
Oh, that's another good one. Okay, so
What was the other one?
well,
Wagons
or cars for sale.
Hippie Long want to do cars for sale. Okay, guys.
So let's do this
We gotta
next
get-
week. Next week, I'm going to make the decision. Next
Okay,
week
do it.
we're doing cars for sale, and the week after that, we'll do station wagons. Is everybody good with that? Danny Boyd, whoop-de-doo for my Subaru. Oh, we've got a Subaru. Kay Nelson's here. Hey, how you doing? Have you been here? I don't know. I haven't been watching chat as close as I should be.
Yeah, Mr. Nelson was
Rod
here.
came in. Yeah.
Is it Kevin Nelson, or did I just invent a K name to give you? How about more or less four wheels? No. We have to have some direction, or else we just go off the rails looking at everything you've ever seen in your life.
And of course, your own cars,
Always. We
own
want to see your
cars,
actual
trucks,
projects that you're working on.
tractors, hay
the car
wagons,
that your mom drove.
whatever. Oh yeah, and
Something.
the old cars are really cool. The old
Yeah.
pictures, like Dean Stevenson one time sent in a picture of a car they had when he was a kid, and God, what was that thing? I'm trying to remember what that was. I should know it, but my dead brain doesn't pull a name out. But it was a pretty cool car.
And if
Yeah,
you
no.
look back at the live streams that we've done, the history of live streams that we've done tons of different topics. And it does not have to stay on topic all night. It never does. But it just gives us something to circle back around on. And it also gives people, if they want to, during the week, look for something to send in to talk about. It gives you time to like collect yourself and send, because we get the pictures through email. And I will give you that email one last time to wrap it up. Not because you should send more things tonight.
Vauxhall Velox, that's what he had. Oh yeah, they're both writing it down. Dean and Tavo both wrote it down. I couldn't remember that because we didn't have those here. Vauxhalls, I saw newer Vauxhalls when I was in England. In fact, I drove a Vauxhall that felt like I was driving a Chevrolet, but it was in England.
Aye.
And then up here, what's this something about specs? Says, picture that car with a stick shift. That's how it was sold here. Okay, that car right there, that truck says it's a 350 powered 60 Chevy, but that doesn't have a 60 hood on it. The 60 hood is like Ari's. So I don't know what that is. If that's not a 60 or if it's a 60 with a 65 hood on it or something, I don't know. But anyway, that's what that is. Olive says our mom's cars could be fun category actually.
Yeah. That might be fun. I'm writing it down. I'm going to circle back to that, Olive. I didn't even realize, but that would be a fun, and that would give you guys a research project
if we
to
have
do.
pictures, yeah.
Well, you don't have to have the picture,
car,
but you
yeah.
can remember the car that your mom drove.
I wish
that would be neat.
I wish I had good pictures of my
Yeah.
dad's cars. I have some pictures
That's a trip down memory lane.
of the
though.
56 Ford, but it was just like little, like you could see like half of it in the background or something, you know.
My mom liked AMCs, so the Hornet and stuff like that. She had two different AMCs. She had like a Concorde and a Hornet, and my grandma had an AMC, so I remember all the insides of AMCs look very familiar.
While we're here,
Yeah.
I don't want to do many
pretty
more.
late.
I don't want to do many more pictures, but I want to look up what a 57 Vauxhall Victor is,
Oh, okay.
because Tavo said they had when they were a kid, and I want to get it before we lose it. Vintage says that's a 63 or 64 hood, And the GMC grill, yeah, but is that a 60 Chevy pickup? I don't know. It's all that stuff's interchangeable, but it makes it look funny. Let's see, Tawas says the Vauxhall Victor was exported to the U.S. from England. Oh, I remember these things. There were a few of these around when I was a little kid. Not many of them, but there were a few of them around. So you had one of those. Huh. Pretty cool. Okay, so next week. Oh, Tommy Hanlon's just getting here, and we're just getting out of here.
Tommy, welcome. We
Sorry,
are
man.
international and global, but we are also done. We've been going for hours.
Envoy in Canada. Well, that's another thing we should do sometime is Canadian cars, because the Canadian cars were like U.S. cars, but they were just a little different.
Well,
which
that's
is kind of interesting.
tough unless we have
Yeah, I
some
know.
Canadian viewers committed to
have
show
a
up
few,
those
we
nights.
have a few Canadians, but not many. Yeah, but anyway. Okay, so next week, cars for sale. After that, station wagons. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to say goodnight. Kim?
We will be in the shop. Will we be in there, what, Thursday and Saturday?
Thursday and Saturday in the shop.
Saturday, I might be late. I have a really, really busy day Saturday. I'm tempted to take Saturday night off. Can you
Why?
do Saturday without me?
Why are you going to take Saturday off?
I'll talk about it with you.
Okay. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If people will come watch me by myself.
Well, if you're by yourself and you want, you could just be in the studio. It might be easier for you.
Okay,
Well, we'll talk about it.
We'll
still
figure
be,
that out. We'll figure
we
that out.
start late on other nights, and we're usually from the shop, so it's a slightly different format. But we
It's a completely different format.
But we do live stream for a couple of hours, a few other nights a week. Tuesday night, we're always here in the studio, in front of the green screen, getting emails and showing you pictures and navigating the Wayback Machine a little bit. Thanks everybody who's came in. Thanks to our moderator, Mexican Spec, and Kevin and Ari for being here tonight. It was great. Sorry if we missed any of your comments, but we appreciate everybody being here and participating. And Mexican Spec's excited because he's #1. That just means you talk the most, Mexican Spec. But we appreciate all of your input, because it would not be the stream it is without you. And
okay.
See you next time.
Take care. Good night, everybody.
Hands in my face.
I always do that.
Why do you do
Well,
that?
because it's not a mirror. It moves the wrong way. Okay. Good night.
Good Lord. How do I manage?